flamebearers.
That's two for High King Mulgrim. High King Mulgrim, your vote. Hello.
High King Volgrim. Oh, I voted myself. Sorry.
Okay. Is King of Falcrenth here yet?
No, I messaged him. He sometimes takes like 10 minutes to respond to my messages, so I'm assuming he's still in the car.
He said he would go with what I said, so he would also abstain.
Okay, so that's two. So that's two abstains. King Farengar, what is your vote?
My vote is for a neutral king. You look here. I'll vote for you.
Very well, and I will vote for myself. So that leaves us with 3 for High King Mulgrim, 2 for myself, and 2 abstentions. Unfortunately, as per our laws, there is not a greater than 50% majority amongst
No. That is not how that works.
What?
It is the people who have abstained has no vote.
Yep.
That puts the favor in the High King.
It does.
Wait, is that actual law?
No,
Yes.
I was under the impression that it had to be at least five votes.
My impression is an abstention would count, but it would just dilute it.
Yeah, abstention
like the United
abstention
Nations,
does count,
this is a moot.
but it removes basically removes.
Do you have a link to like the laws where that was? Because I think someone posted them.
Do you have that? Because
Bruma
as I recall. What? Huh? What?
Yeah, he sent in CK3 General.
Okay, hold on.
All the rules before.
Yeah, he tagged you in it.
Yep, he did.
No. I do remember seeing it. I'm looking real quick. Okay, here we go.
This isn't the UN. This is a moot.
Yeah, this isn't the UN. There's no 50%.
Yeah, there's no 50%.
No. If that is true, then I agree. But I thought it was the other way. Hold on, I'm reading it real quick. Okay. All right, that one doesn't show you. What about this one? Here it is. All right. I'm not seeing it. Can anyone point it out for me?
But
There's no thing to point out. There's no 50% or anything. All it has to do, if you're applying UN rules, that makes sense. But if you're going by like a traditional Viking moot,
At the beginning of this, was it not set if it would be unanimous or just by majority, or was it anything not set?
I just assumed it was going off of what Skyrim with the traditional Viking moot.
Was it? Wasn't it
when-
like the start of this setting there was basically an inconclusive mood, hence why Skyrim's broken up now anyway?
Yes.
Correct,
that's
yeah.
what was inconclusive.
When I had originally made the post, I specified that it had to be a complete consensus of all rulers to elect the High King. But if that is not keeping with Skyrim lore, then obviously that would need to change.
But we need actual Skyrim lore here. Like, does anyone know, for anyone who posted this, if it says?
It's too specified. It looks like I should have messaged one of the fucking lore masters for fucking Bethesda. I know sometimes they actually do respond, and it's funny.
Damn it!
I mean,
I do apologize, guys. I thought that. Ah, shite. Let's see.
Let's hold the moot. Guys, let's hold the moot to decide if the moot is gonna be 50%.
We need to elect a council to decide the laws of the mute.
There's only two
What?
solutions. Everyone has to vote, or you accept the majority.
Yep.
Yeah.
But there is no majority.
It is a majority amongst the voters.
Oh yeah,
that's how a Viking moot works.
So of the 5 people that voted, three did pick High King Mulgrim. So if we go with that, then that would make High King Mulgrim the new High King.
If we go by majority, yes, that's the case.
But we need to very quickly, like right now, decide how we want to do this.
That would but this is a thing that the GCs decide, man. So that's your call.
I am
you
not
make
giving up
that
any
call.
of my land, so.
Okay, Chris, are you here?
He has a really big toothache. It's your call, man.
Yeah, he has had a toothache for a long time.
Okay, Platypus, you're here?
Yep, I'm here. I think not counting abstaining votes as like actual votes makes sense to me.
Okay.
Because they're choose not to vote, so they shouldn't matter at all, I think.
Okay, so you want to go with the majority based on how many people actually voted?
Yep.
Okay, so that is what we're going to do then. So knowing this, does anyone wish to change their vote?
I want to say one thing as the King of Broom. That the differences between the Cursebirds and the Flamehairs ends after this. Walking out of this hall here. The people have died that the grievances were against, and it ends now. And we don't go this way ever again.
Well, I think they should hash all that out. Like, when he said he doesn't want to give up his land, like, they need to go and figure out how that's going to work.
No, because I
give up land.
Who said they weren't going to give up land?
He has entered the moot. He has entered the moot.
Yes,
he would
I've
have to
entered
rebel
the
for
moot,
it.
and no, I will be a Jarl with the land I've got.
Yep.
I'm not letting a new king take land.
Oh,
yeah, I would not. It would just be your emperorship title. Would not be.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. That doesn't really exist. There's just two camps right now.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so as I said before we call the moot to an end, does anyone wish to change their vote?
And we're going by majority, right?
Yes.
In that case, King Torik will cast his vote for Lokir.
Really?
He will.
So it's Bruma, Eastern Skyrim, and the Rift against Whiterun, Western Skyrim.
Falcrenth has said they will follow what I've said, so it would be 4-3.
Oh my.
So that would be Winterhold then.
So
yes.
that would make Winterhold the new High King.
Neutral king for a new Skyrim.
So close that it probably just leads to a civil war.
It is not absurd. We need a new dynasty.
I would have preferred.
You guys have broken tradition.
Everything from tradition.
If you do not like it, then you can state a rebellion if you wish. I'm sure.
You're the one
I
who
would say again that this goes against all tradition. You can only vote from amongst the
It does not go
heirs.
against all tradition. It just goes against the tradition that you are choosing to look at.
Yes.
No, it's gonna against it's gonna against five generations of tradition, and no one has argued for this.
The moots have only been called when there is no there is no heir to choose. There are tons of heirs.
The
Cursebeard broke this tradition.
Hold your tongue.
My fellow rulers, the time for discussion has already passed, and the vote has been placed.
Out of roleplay, I would just like to say that I would have much preferred if we just had Eastern and Western Skyrim pick the decision that makes both sides de jure, but it didn't happen.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a decision that both sides get to split the Empire of Skyrim.
Right, yeah. I'm
that
aware
was because that was because Savtor died before I could even play it, and
But,
you need ambitious
we were actually
traits.
role playing it. Yeah.
Yes. You need ambition to break it.
Okay, so okay, I have to admit I didn't expect for you guys to vote for me. Very well. I, King Lokir of Winterhold, accept the votes of the kings and rulers of Skyrim. Do you the ones that vote for High King Mulgrim accept the decision of your equals in today.
That's up to King Mulgrim if he succeeds. Or not succeeds, but...
Oh, he
I
knows
will
what
stand
happens.
with tradition. Only those, as I have said, only the heirs of Freydis, the Scold Queen, are eligible.
So you commit civil war then?
Yeah, but we
Typical.
were already in a state of war.
No, this is like it's unprecedented.
So
This is a completely legitimate vote.
Okay, you have.
You are breaking tradition here if you choose to go against the moot held.
I am not. You are breaking tradition. Only the heirs.
You
of
are going against the
High
system
King.
that you yourself agreed to.
I would like to
Well,
say that
we
if
don't-
Eastern
you
Skyrim
guys-
doesn't
well,
accept.
out of character, you guys didn't make it. That's where this is coming.
wait, what? What happened?
Out of character, the confusion is you guys didn't make how the vote went, and then it changed, and then
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
you changed your vote out of character after you understood the system.
that
Yeah,
part
you-
doesn't make sense.
yeah, that's where you broke everything.
Yeah, you broke everything.
Loki, if
We
they
should
do
just
not
storm
accept
out
my
and
if they do
declare-
not accept Loki, my troops would be at your disposal.
So out of roleplay, guys. What has been decided here will not go into place during this session. So things are subject to change because it would have to be a massive edit of the game anyways. So what we're going to do is we're going to.
I can do it in like a couple minutes. You just have to tell me to do it in whose vassal. I can do it like in 10 minutes.
No,
We're already 10 minutes in the game, and a lot of
yeah, we're
people
already 10 minutes in the
are
game, so
wanting us
okay.
to roleplay, so that's not happening.
Yeah, so we're gonna make it as a roleplay thing. According to how the moot has gone, Lokir got voted. So what we're going to do is we're going to move from there and roleplay it out. Do what you guys think your characters will do. Okay. All right. So is everyone in and ready up?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
No one's been pressing nothing.
No one's suppressing anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
We'll be starting momentarily. Please feel free to go to your various VCs.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't think we have Falkreath here, so.
He can hot join.
Yeah, you can hot join.
And he hasn't responded.
Okay,
I
we are
will-
starting now.
Reachman, following in on me.
I will go to who I need to speak to.
High King, King Torik of Whiterun. We need to talk.
Yep, 1 second. I do want to say really briefly, man, like,
Yeah.
the meetings in the week, they have to happen or this shit happens, like with these games. Like, you gotta get everything.
I had been discussing with Platypus beforehand, but obviously something got something got crossed. That was definitely a failure on my part.
Yeah, but like this, it's fine. This shit happens, but like just from here, make sure things get well organized,
Right,
understood.
I'm
If you do
gonna
a
try
big
to speed
event,
things along.
it's gotta be
Yeah.
run to a dot. Or you
Yeah.
get people like this, which is like even our own staff is questioning it, which he shouldn't have done. I'm gonna have to talk to Hastings. That was not cool. But regardless, I'm gonna pull him in here real quick. Actually, I gotta talk to him.
Hello.
Yo, really briefly, man, I do want to say something out of roleplay. It's not about your character traits or anything. Dude, when a GC is making a call in a game and he's clearly struggling like this, don't fucking delegitimize what he's doing, dude. That's not okay. Like,
Yeah, sorry.
dog, you're his fellow staff member. He was clearly struggling there to get this thing to fucking run. I get that you get into your characters when you play these games, man, but that shit's not okay. You don't delegitimize a GC or staff member like that.
Yeah, sorry. I will have to apologize personally to him.
Yeah, please do. Please do go talk to him when he has the time, man. Because that shit we can't have this shit with staff. We gotta help each other out. All right, cool.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Can edit that part out. Whew.
Hello.
Greetings.
Greetings to you, King. How you been?
I am not well. You can see that the King Torik is pretty much dying. He's on his last leg right now.
King Torik, I'm so sorry.
I've had a long life, my friends. I've lived for many years. I had to ask a favor of you in my final days before I go to seven. How the fuck do you say their afterlife? Sovngarde. Mike, I can never pronounce it. Thank you. Yes. I would ask you, look after my children. They've gotten themselves into all manners of messes and complications. When I am not here and gone, do your best to look after them. I fear for the worst.
I know. Like my mother did to you. She would always be with you, even though in Sovngarde.
We'll see each other soon enough. And take care of yourself, Ulfric. I know that, much like myself and all other, you have your demons, but remember to take care of yourself, my friend.
I wish to. I want to thank you for everything you've done to my life and hope that I would be as better as I can be. I'll say that.
Good. In that case, Ulfric, I would ask your leave. I'm planning on... I've always wanted to make the trip to High Hrothgar, and I know I've never been capable of it, and I know I'm still not capable of it, but to try like a true Nord, something I've failed in my whole life, I'm going to attempt to make the walk of the steps with my guards, and I do not expect to come back.
I see. Well, actually, King, if I may join you to the pilgrimage,
I mean no disrespect, but this is something I wish to do alone. I will only have 2 guards, and they are there to help me walk. That will be it. Not even my own children will go with me.
As you wish, my king.
Thank you, Ulfric. Look after my son. Promise me this.
I promise you this, my king. I will.
And farewell, my friend. We will see each other again one day.
You as well, my friend. You as well. Bye-bye. He leaves out the gates of the halls.
All right. At this point, obviously, King Torik is dying. How's it going, guys? This is another session of Elder Kings 2 roleplay. We are obviously in year 460. We've gone for 20 years now. High King Torik is currently dying. He's been frail his whole life. He can barely walk at this point. And he's going to go start walking up High Hrothgar, or he's going to die, because we are dying right now. So he is going to die making the trip of the stairs up to High Hrothgar. So that's what he's doing. He's about to die, and it looks like our son is going to inherit, which is a problem, because Prince Sjorvar currently has an adulterous wife. He's a good man. He's got good diplomacy. He's very competent martially. He, much like his father, has no intrigue skills whatsoever. He's a good man. The issue, again, is his wife, Alderman Sigrid. She was a political marriage we gave to our son in order to bring Riverwood back into the fold of Whiterun after they had been independent, after, obviously, the moot failed and Skyrim collapsed. We attempted to bring them back into the fold by marrying her to our son. The problem is, she is a deceitful, rakish adulterer, and has been sleeping outside the marriage bed quite a lot. As such, it is likely that our grandchildren are not ours. Unfortunately, it's quite likely. So that's the mess we're gonna deal with as soon as King Torik the Honest dies here.
Hey, I'm sorry to disturb you, but
what's up?
Is Chris supposed to GC tonight?
Basically Chris and Chris was supposed to GC. The problem is he's got like a really bad toothache. Did he or did Scythe not get that sorted out?
I don't know, but I'm just not sure. Am I the only GC or is there someone else?
It sounds like you might be the only one. Are you willing to pick that up? You do have full GC role now. Cool.
Don't worry. I just need to know.
Yep. Let's name you head GC right now. Obviously, Scythe was supposed to as well, but given that he just got elected unofficial king, people will just yell bias if he's GCing. So if you could do it, and we can go from there. I appreciate that.
Okay, don't worry.
Thank you, man. But logistical confusion, but we're all good. So anyway, that's the kind of situation that we're in right now. It's really bad. We're just gonna wait till he dies. Like he's on death's doorstep. He's almost there, and then we get to deal with his legacy. He's been like a real unifier. We also just had the moot right before this. I didn't stream it because I was having to deal with some other stuff. I actually didn't make most of it. But there was a moot to try and basically unify Skyrim again, which was really complicated and ended up not working. The results were very inconclusive. Really, there was a complete failure to pick another High King. King Lokir technically won it of Winterhold. He did get more votes, but it was made quite clear by those who voted against him that they wouldn't accept it. So the High Moot essentially failed, meaning Skyrim will continue to be divided, and it is likely that we are now creating closer to a civil war. We obviously have a lot of dislike towards Eastern Skyrim given some of their recent actions. They took one of our old vassals and took them underneath themselves, which had been independent, so they put themselves at odds with us, certainly. So yeah, it's an interesting state of things. I think we're probably going to see a civil war pretty soon here. We generally have an alliance with Falkreath. We're very close with them. We help them fight back all the orcs, obviously, so we're very close with their family for the most part, though they are ambitious, so not the closest of allies. Yeah, that's the state of things. Yeah, a lot of pauses to start off with here. I'm gonna go grab some water as well. I'll be right back.
Are you there? I don't know if he's there.
Should I say the new high? Wait, no, that's the here.
We'll wait till he's ready.
I'm back. What's up?
No, we wanted to come and talk.
King Torik?
Yes.
King Torik is currently alone with 2 guards walking up High Hrothgar, preparing to die. Would you like to talk to his son?
I'll talk to whoever wants to address the High King of
So in the Hall of Whiterun, you will find Prince Fjolvar. He's refusing to sit on the throne until news that his father dies reaches him.
Oh, so he's he's being regent, right?
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Actually, King Torik is no longer fucking dying. What the fuck?
He's back.
He's just walking up High Hrothgar right now, and he's got his health back, I guess. Jesus. Okay. But anyway, yeah, he's the regent. So.
My king, I've just received word that your brother is looking to take my titles. Could you tell him to not do that?
I can attempt.
Is this explicitly the King Harold who came to Whiterun?
Yes.
Greetings, King Harold. It's good to see you after the moot. I'm Prince Fjolvar. Welcome to Whiterun. In my father's stead, I am in charge and will likely, if he does not return from the mountains, be the next King of Whiterun. Welcome. What can I do for you?
I wanted to speak with you about your father's choice and the instability that might be caused because of it. I respect your father as a very honest man, and one that holds true to our traditional ways. However, voting for a king whose son is a known murderer throughout the land may cause further issues down the line that a lot of people seem to look to the now and not to the future of Skyrim. Not that I particularly like Melgrim. I was friends with his mother. But stepping away from tradition is hard, especially with what the Cursed Beards did. Not that I have any ill will towards either of them. It just will cause us to go deeper into this struggle that we'll revisit again if not remedied.
I cannot speak for my father and know his mind directly, but we have spoken on this matter many times. His original plan, I believe, was to stay neutral. The issue is, I think, he's not a vengeful man, but I know he does hold resentment towards, towards the Flamehair family for their actions in destabilizing the balance of Valheim. I know that he also worries as to the future of the United Skyrim underneath the Flamehairs. He, much like myself, does wonder if there is not perhaps some truth to what was suggested regarding the parentage of their family. Something that, Silver kind of looks down, know very well about. Illegitimate children create complications, I'm sure you understand. And the worry for both him and myself was that a family whose continued existence despite their name will always be questioned on birthright is a danger. It is also perhaps, I think, a good idea, and he saw it this way, that a new dynasty take hold as both Western Skyrim and the Cursed Braids and Eastern Skyrim and the Flamehairs will always be at each other's throat. Though I know he obviously did not wish it for himself, nor I for mine.
So you would allow a murderer to sit on the throne of Skyrim?
A murderer would not sit on the throne of Skyrim. King Lokir is no murderer.
But Lokir's son is.
He has daughters.
One's an adulteress, who everybody knows. She has so many bastards.
But what of the third?
Is married to a Cursed Beard. And it would put us right back.
That's not a reason not to elect her, though. Just 'cause
Well, no, but it goes right back to where we were.
It does create the division, indeed. He was not my father's choice as well. It was a decision in the moment. I think there are many other...
True neutral king would have been the king of the Reach. Not the Reach, the Rift.
I agree. King Borvir is in many ways young. He does have the temperament for it. The other one would be King Hackfield of Falkreath. He would also have been an option, though his mind is, I know, beginning to...
He is a great warrior, but he is a hostile king.
His mind is beginning to fall with time. There is no debating that. We are at the same place we were when the split originally happened, wherein there is no good leader for Skyrim. We have a collection of poor choices.
I would have supported your father had a true reason been given. I'm a man of tradition and honor.
Whiterun has existed within Skyrim for hundreds of years as a middle ground, a crossroads of sorts where there is a degree of neutrality. For us to become High Kings would destroy this tradition and destroy the place wherein conversations can be had and a middle ground can be forged. My father, and what I hope to do myself, work tirelessly with the kings and jarls of Skyrim to keep the peace. If we enter into the political arena at such a high level, this will no longer ever again be possible. And that's not something that my father nor I wish.
That's a very honorable stance to take, and it's one that not many men would. It speaks a lot on your character. And I understand that your father was angry at Feltheim for swearing to Eastern Skyrim, but you have to understand also the gravity of the situation. He too is a man of tradition, and followed the true king that he followed. your father may not have chosen it and wanted to remain neutral, he wanted the legitimacy of a strong Skyrim. Could have been the possibility of why he went under the flame hairs.
That situation is a complicated one, and unfortunately, there's much more to it than first meets the eye. But I think it speaks much to the character of the flame hairs that they are willing to willing to destroy balance and create imbalance for their own self-proclaimed right to something. Their whole stance and their whole perspective on their right to rule Skyrim rests solely on their right to do so. Something which is now in question. For truth or falsehood, it is now claimed that they are illegitimate, and there is no evidence to suggest that is not the case either.
How are they illegitimate?
Well, High King Svartr of Western Skyrim made it clear and presented some measure of evidence, though it was inconclusive, that King Mulgrim's mother was an illegitimate child and perhaps not of her own father's.
Well, if that was the case, she would not have been able to wear the crown.
Not necessarily. The Crown of Verity is an interesting item. The magic used to forge it is complicated. It doesn't choose based off of birthright. You know this well, King Harold. You know it chooses based off of worth, off of the character of an individual, not their heritage. We could find, perhaps, a shepherd leading his flocks, and if he is of good temperament and could rule well, there's nothing to prevent the Crown of Verity proclaiming him worthy of ruling. But worthiness does not necessarily mean that they will or should. For many reasons.
By the way, you guys hear footsteps coming towards the hallways, as you can hear little feet starting to go around the tables that you don't see.
I assume it's a child or something.
Yes,
I hope it's a child.
It is a child.
Or is it a goblin? Uh-oh.
And you can see the little head drock-like hairs, or like the little child's hair, you can see from underneath the table.
Obviously, the son of King Torik is locked in an important diplomatic conversation, and will just kind of look over at the child and ignore him.
No, it's the daughter of Oprah.
Oh. Yeah. In the Great Hall, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a meeting going on, so the child would be ignored.
Yes. So for now, the child's it's just child here, so.
Running around. Gotcha. It's a busy hall.
That is true. That is true. The crown does pick worthy kings. And if that's the case that you want to stand on, then why didn't you, father, vote for the one wearing the crown currently?
Because the crown is an important determiner of worth, but many can be worthy. Some will create problems and division, while others will not. A neutral party is the one that would lead to the most stable, long-term united Skyrim. You know this well, King Harold. You honestly say, with truth, that if we were to give the Flamehairs back the High King title, that Western Skyrim and many others would not plot against them, sow division for generations to come?
That's a hard choice.
It is.
I don't know that answer. And I don't believe I will ever know that answer.
Nor do I, and nor does my father. But for us, to unite Skyrim once more under such a dangerous circumstance could spell ruin. We're already at the point where decades have gone by without a united Skyrim, and many are beginning to forget our traditions and what unites us. We're all Nords, of course, but we run the danger of uniting a Skyrim that will fracture again. To break once is understandable in a short time. To break more than once and undergo a civil war after, that could delegitimize a united Skyrim altogether. And that is not something any of us want.
I agree. Well, with that, I will go back to Bruma. But
before you do, King Harold, I know that you also seek a united Skyrim and a stable one. On your way home, And when you arrive there, I would caution you to take a moment to think about your own support. And if you find it true, that's valid. But remember, there are many options. There are both kings and there are jarls who could be proclaimed High King. It is not against tradition per se. Think on the many who could potentially rule, and I would beg of you to consider which one would make for a long-term, stable Skyrim. That is all I would request.
Very well.
Safe travels.
Yes.
And as you guys leave, suddenly the child pops up and says, "Boo!"
Look at the temperament of my hair.
I gotta look at my stills.
Prince Silvar kind of just calmly looks down at the child and shake his head and goes, "You're causing quite a nuisance, aren't you?"
She goes like,
Sorry, my father is quite busy. He's going for the marriage at the moment.
King Harold would put his hand on the child's head before walking out the door.
And then Prince Silvar kind of just watches him go with a very concerned look. Also, out of roleplay, King Torik didn't die. I guess he probably made it to the top of Hrothgar.
I was surprised as well. Like, what?
The fuck? He was dying, and
I know.
He left to go ascend High Hrothgar, and he didn't die, so presumably he made it.
And he got better.
He did!
The gods blessed them.
Jesus, man.
The gods blessed them.
It's a good sign.
That's wild. All right, so he's gonna make it back like a couple of weeks later. King Torik is just gonna be seen with 2 guards walking up to the city, healthier than ever.
So, as the child of Ulfric, her name
What's
is
up, Jay?
Hold on, Ingokini. How's her name again? Ingokini?
Who is this?
The daughter of Ulfric.
Hmm.
Inkoni is going to look up the king like,
How are you doing, King?
When he gets back to the hall, you mean?
yeah, when he gets back to the hall, that's what.
He'll give the girl a smile and go, "Better than ever." And with that, he's going to go in and obviously speak with his son before holding court.
By the way, my father is having a marriage. He has a new girlfriend, wife.
Oh yeah, because your previous wife died. Forgot about that.
Anyway,
Well,
bye.
we will have to speak with him.
Yeah, and she will like go over to you, and she's actually gonna follow you because she's curious.
All right, I'm gonna hold court very briefly. It's been a while, and King Torik can actually hold court now.
Yeah, and she would sit by next to you to the chair, like sitting idly by while watching.
Makes sense. My shepherd's young Ingokning to my side, clearly racked by anxiety. My lord, I am sure someone in this kingdom is out to get me. I have no evidence, but Spasek Lenman Guruk, for his reputation for villainy, comes to my throat. He's a warlike courtier. I beg you, imprison Garuk and make a stop to this madness. So he's obviously been one of our closest companions and our marshal and spy master for years, so...
Wait, wasn't it the same, out of character, wasn't this the same person who killed the wife of Ulfric?
He was the one who was your wife claimed was the one who did it, but she brought no evidence, much like this person.
Well, if anything, I don't know. Yeah, it's up to you. Anyway, sorry.
Well, without any evidence, there's no way he'd imprison him. So.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's looking like out of roleplay, this guy might be doing a lot of killings, but there's no evidence, so we can't do anything. Alderman Haining, who has clearly been working himself up about something, greets me. But King of the Dogs of Whiterun think they are better than us, he spews, crackling with haughty jokes each market day. Mayor Scavnir, the cold-hearted knave, he needs to be put in his place. Those damnable fools made to respect Battleborn, the greatest town in Whiterun. Well, we're going to tell him to stop it, obviously. And we are going to succeed because we're very diplomatic. The new petitioner is an extremely angry Lindman Elgrim of Stepwatch. With the briefest of deference shown, Lindman Elgrim relays that some of my knights, led by Ulrika, have passed through the Lind of Stepwatch recently. They have looted, pillaged, and despoiled the villages and farms of Stepwatch. It is an absolute travesty, my king. I will not stand for it, declares Lindman Elgrim. What shall I do? We'll tell him to return it all. Alright, cool. Full court. I still can't get over the fact that we're alive.
Yeah.
It's just
I was surprised. Like, what?
Just insane.
The kid will look up to you when you're done with the court. It's like... She's just looking at you.
Call for your father. Also, how do your kids keep getting the Whiterun when they're like 100 miles from their father? Holy shit.
Well, the thing is that she does have a personality trait, a childhood trait called rowdy. You explain why.
Yeah, rowdy. She walked out like 50 to 100 miles to the capital.
She would probably get like a horse, like a pony, maybe to ride there. Perhaps maybe the father would have like a pony for her to ride on.
In that case, child, I must speak with your father. Send a horse to him and call him to my court when he's available.
Okay. And she'll skiply by towards the hallways and start going over. To
I guess Nordish kids are just very independent. You know, they're just very. Yeah.
And a couple hours, and Ulfric will now enter inside towards the halls, and he's drinking with his wife next to him. He's like, oh, "Hello, King, you need me? Sorry, me and my wife here, my darling here, we've been doing so good. We had a wonderful marriage. You know, the celebration was great. What do you need?" And he starts to walk over, and you see the wife, as you can see.
Congratulations, Ulfric, on your marriage. I hope it is a happy one. Ulfric, how drunk are you? This is a serious conversation.
Not that much drunk. I might be a little tipsy. Let's be honest.
And King Torik is just as usual, looking with extreme disappointment at you. Very well. Well, as you can see, I made it to the top of Hrothgar. I expected to die on that walk, but instead I found myself with energy that I have not seen in years.
Well, no.
We must speak on a very important matter, though. And that is regarding the future of Skyrim. My friend, I need your counsel and your thoughts. You know well what happened in the moot, indecisive. Lokir had support, and I did in my end put my vote behind him, though I do worry as to what that may cause in the future. But we must decide our own path going forward. We must be diplomatic, but Eastern Skyrim, they have Whiterun land under their control, and they continue to be independent. Land that was taken in a complicated manner. I'm not suggesting war, but the state of things are complicated, and I wish for your counsel.
Well, you know me, I'm not much of a diplomatic person myself, you know.
I'm not asking for your diplomacy. I'm asking for your thoughts.
Well, my thoughts are in decline that could be leading towards... Well, you said before that King Lokir was supposed to be the new High King of Skyrim. You said yourself where you were deciding, right?
He had the votes, 4-3.
I would say, let's go with the King of Lokir at least. He is a good man. I'll tell you that. A good man, we'll say. A good Nord, at least.
I think so too. His children present a problem, though. A murderer, an adulterer, then the youngest one.
As he continues on, he gets a message from... Well... Oh no. It seems that the King of Winterhold is dead. King Lockar is no more. His son now rules.
We have, the messenger just told me as well. His son has inherited the murderer. Everyone knows of his actions. This puts the moot into complete chaos. He could not rightfully inherit, but he does have a claim, I suppose, now.
I mean, to be honest, I think his name is Grom, was it? King Grom now.
Something like that, and I don't remember Lokir's children. I never remembered very well.
But I'll do say this, my king. At least try to support and not, as we are neutral to our as we're independent as for much, so at least. I would say we at least try to support someone who can be relied to, you know. At most.
I agree, but there are so few options left that would be a good choice for inheritance. I'm racking my mind and coming up entirely short at this point.
For much of my life, my king, I don't. We need to take action seriously. We do.
I agree, and on that, I think I am going to take my first foreign trip in several years. I will be taking a trip to the Rift. I thank you for your counsel, Clanhead Ulfric, and we will speak again soon when I return home, my friend. I wish you the best with your new wife, and congratulations.
Thank you. And you're heading towards the Kingdom of Rift, right?
I am.
Oh dear. Are you sure you don't need me there, just in case?
I have my guardsmen. I will be fine.
All right. Well, I'm your only head clan for this part, so in this.
You are. Give my son counsel as he rules in my stead while I am gone.
All right. And if any news of heard, if I heard you're killing or anything, I'll make sure to investigate further down to the line.
Very well. Very well, my friend.
Very well. I'll see you later. And he'll.
What's up, Denise?
Who has blessed my halls?
You see a haggard figure limping into your throne room. It's King Torik.
Guards, fetch him something nice to eat and drink.
Thank you. High King Svartr, would you mind getting a seat for me? I apologize, but I cannot stand for long.
Yes, please be seated. How can I help you?
I am here to speak with you on the outcome of the moot. It appears that what was meant to unite us has even made us more divided. You've heard tell of King Lokir dying, I hope?
Oh, I'm sorry, I have been away dealing with the orcs of the north, they were. But, yes, I've heard, and I am saddened that he has died.
It is a tragedy, as he was the one we did decide for the High King title. Though the Easterners did not accept it, his death and his murderous son in charge makes things even more illegitimate. Yes. I've come here to speak plainly with you about the future of Skyrim. Things are getting dangerous, and I suspect that we will reach a breaking point all too soon. What are your plans for the future? I have corresponded with your wife a bit, and I am uncertain as to what path Western Skyrim will take.
If you're asking if I will strike or start a war with Eastern Skyrim, no. I called the moot in hoping that we might be able to unite us, but it does seem that the fates, or if the gods wish to Skyrim to stay divided, have forced our hand. With the King of Winterhold's death, the only thing we could do is host another moot, but like you, I age, I do not know if a moot is even going to work anymore, to be honest. I will not lie to you.
It's been almost 40 years since Skyrim divided. There are many born now who have lived well into adulthood and never lived under a united Skyrim. We are quickly reaching that point, I'm afraid.
Yes, I had hoped. I'm of the personal conviction that if the Flamehares took back power, not all would be happy with their role. I do not want to see Skyrim erupt into another civil war that would see Nord fighting Nord.
That is why I cast my vote in the end for Lokir. As the Flamehares, they will only create division. Your father, who I will be honest, I completely question in every way. You know well that he was a man lusty for power, and whether or not he spoke truth when he claimed the illegitimacy of the Flamehares, he has forever tarnished their dynasty. even if it was likely for his own ambition. So you were right.
It seems that I have also found out who murdered my brother. I will construct the guards to arrest him immediately.
Oh, your brother, not your father. Shit, okay.
Yes.
Oh, it's your father.
It appears that one of my own vassals has been found out that day. Yes, I'll tell my guards to arrest him right now. Anyway, but yes, I do agree that I do think that Skyrim will devolve more. If there can be no moot elected, then maybe it is best that we stay divided, though I will always support a peaceful unification. War is
I would
something
as
we should
well.
not do.
If I'm going to be honest, I still do seek peace, but it is appearing more and more like we will not be united. And as such, we need to begin to make plans. I expected myself to die this year. I was on the edge of death itself when I made the trip off High Hrothgar, where the gods saw fit to give me life to live a while longer. And there in a moment of clarity, I realized that despite my whole adult life wishing for a united, peaceful Skyrim, my time has gone, and many others will be gone soon enough, and I must secure a future for my family. It must be one where we continue to hopefully act as a diplomatic source for Skyrim to be able to alleviate its burdens. I also must look after the future of the Ingvar dynasty, and is why the second matter I'm here for is one of a much more complicated manner. You know well that several of your vassals who pledged fealty to your father did so when the High King died, and we were divided into East and West. However, they are lands that have historically been under Whiterun, which you know well.
Yes, you talk of the clans that are Falmor.
Well, Falmor and Rorikstead, but I understand that Rorikstead is very close with Western Skyrim. So yes, I am here specifically to talk about Faramore. And I wish to ask you yourself if you plan, if things continue at their present course, to keep them under your own holdings, or if you will allow them to be returned to Whiterun.
I will not act like Eastern Skyrim acted when I've heard about what Eastern Skyrim did when you wanted the lands, I believe, of Valley?
Valon. They were independent entirely. I several times was asked by Slorgar's father to become a vassal of my own, which I said no to, as it would destabilize things. But as soon as he then, after many times being told no, did the same to Eastern Skyrim, they were quick to take him into their fold.
Well, I believe that if head clan Thumgar of Falmor wishes to return to Whiterun, I will not be like Eastern Skyrim. I will not stop it. If they wish to truly be with Whiterun, then they have my blessing.
Very well.
I will allow them to join with you.
At a roleplay, if you want to, what you can do is release them and I offer them vassalage if you want to, but you don't have to. It's up to you.
Yes, I will do that.
Very well. Let's see if he'll accept. Yes, 100%. There we go. Offer vassalage. It won't let me. Your level of fame is exalted among men, which it's not. Your Althormer's house head or dynasty is you. You have the true ruler perk. Fuck, it won't let me.
Oh.
That's weird.
Well,
Let me invite Valheim though.
Farangar, I just want to say that the murder of your father has been revealed.
Yes, I know. I know. That's been dealt with. He has been...
He killed 4 people, man.
Really briefly then, are you okay with just keeping them independent and then I'll just ask for a save edit to get them under me? Are you cool with that?
Yes, that's fine. You have my blessing.
Very well, in that case, High King Svartr, I thank you for your wisdom and your justice. My family, my son, and I will not forget your actions here. You know well that we are neutral, and we will attempt at all times to maintain a neutral place for diplomacy. But if I'm going to be honest, High King, Eastern Skyrim has done us nothing but harm, and you and your family have done us nothing but good. I will keep it as simple as that. Is there anything else before I return home?
No, just that if anyone ever attacks Winter Run, if anyone ever attacks you, just send a raven to me or send a messenger to me. I will always march to defend your lands. You are a key trading house, and your granary and your food, without it, would not feed all of my lands. So yes, I will always defend you if you are in need of a defender.
I thank you for your words, High King Farengar, and with that I will take my leave. Farewell. Yeah. This may be the last time we ever speak. I wish you and your house good fortune.
Yes, farewell.
Jehu. I just can't say any other names. May the gods watch over you.
Yes, may the gods.
Alright, so he actually did give us back that land. Technically, Rorikstead is rightfully ours too, but we're not going to push it. We're just go for Fairmore. I don't know why. It's, first to west and first to east. What's up, Tingle? Yep. You're not a great man, but we love your great harvest. It's so weird. Why can't we make him a vassal? Because we're, like, these are ours.
Suddenly, you hear the...
You can't,
again. Sorry.
I will say, man, like, once in a while, I do like to have a moment where I can actually also just, like, you know, look over my stuff.
This is very important.
Okay, gotcha. But, go ahead.
So, I didn't mean to barge in, but this is very important for my character here, because...
Very well.
You see approaching towards the hallways. You see Ulfric, tears drowning beneath his face, walking, sobbing in his emotionless face.
My friends, what news?
You can see him slowly turn to see your eyes, and his eyes turn to tears. My daughter's dead.
Your daughter? I saw her just before I left for Western Skyrim. What happened?
She was murdered. Someone killed her.
See the king kind of just slump back into his chair, clearly just distraught. These murders. There's been so many in Whiterun. Killings. Common always, but these are a nasty sort. There's been so many. Do you have any idea? Any leads? Any trace of her?
My understanding that my spy master has given me, that the conclusion that we might find is from over to the rift. A Duke of Grandmaster of the Dawnguard has done it.
Dawnguard? The Dawnguard have murdered her daughter? What evidence do you have of this?
That's what my spy master told me. He saw the last appearance of what the man looks like. We must know. I must know if he did it. I must demand justice. God damn it! And he slams his entire fist toward the table, as you can see the ferocity.
The king kind of winces at the sound and shakes his head. Then you must. You have a man under your command you trust to discern such things, yes? A spy of some sort to send?
I can send my spy master with me. He can tell me the details. As for the murderer who killed them, her.
And I suggest that is your best course of action. If indeed this man has murdered your daughter, he will get justice. I will attempt to do the same for my own. You know I'm not good with these things, but I will do all I can to investigate this murder. I promise you, as your liege.
I will make an addressing to the king himself at the rift. So I demand if he knows of such an occurrence of this.
Go with my blessing to speak with him.
All right, I'll take my horse. I'll lead on towards it. If I'm not back, if anything happens, make you know what will happen if that happens too.
You'll be fine. Be careful though. The roads are dangerous in Skyrim these days.
I will get going. As he starts to leave over to the place and heads over to Rift.
Good luck. So, to offer vassalage, you need to be a true ruler, which, how do you even get that? I don't know. Perk. It must be one of the... Maybe stewardship? No. True ruler. Bear with me. I want to figure this out because this is really annoying me. Because this, like, he's our de jure vassal. He should be. He left during the breakup of Skyrim. What's the Levo? August. Oh, August is. The one diplomacy path we didn't do is the one that we need. That figures. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. So if we get to August, we would be able to offer him vassalage. So we probably won't be able to. What about our son? We don't get to see his thing. Hopefully our son did August. He's got a diplomatic focus, so hopefully he's done a lot of it. But we'll have to just wait and see. You know what? Take what you get in compliments. That's true. As they're rare, you gotta enjoy every single one of them. So if us or our son can get it, we can give him vassalage and stuff though. But the important thing is we had the permission of Western Skyrim to get back part of our de jure. The other area that it would be nice to get back is Valheim, but the Flamehares have made it abundantly clear that they have no intention of ever allowing them independence or allowing them to go back to us. So that's not going to happen, which is unfortunate. So we'll just kind of have what we have now, which is completely fine. Did the Falkreath player ever show up? It doesn't look like it. That's unfortunate. No, he did. We can go talk to him. We need to speak with him about everything that's happened if he's free. It's looking like we may just have a divided Skyrim in this game, to be honest. Like, just clear cut. Where are they at?
I think I can use it against other people though, like players at least.
I don't think you would be. I don't think people would be happy if you do.
Hello, King Torik of Whiterun. Welcome to my humble hall.
Hail, King Hackfield. I did not expect to see you again in my life, but here we are. You seem in good health.
Here we are indeed, old friend.
Things look very different here. I remember sieging out this fine castle of yours 3 times in my own life. Far too many.
Indeed, indeed. We have fought many battles together, my friend, and we have found victories through strength of arm.
Yeah, we have. It's nice to have walked through these gates, not having sieged it out for months on end, so it's good to see you in good health. I am here to discuss with you a somber affair. I'm afraid we never do meet on good circumstances, and that is the fallout of the moot. You were there, of course, with me, and I thank you for backing my own vote, though no true conclusion has been reached. King Hackfield, what is your perspective on the current state of Skyrim, the division that continues to set in?
I have received multiple offers so far. I have received an offer from the King of Eastern Skyrim in order to help him claim the High Kingdom of Skyrim. I am very much considering the offer, should I be frank, for he is
How does he intend to take it without the moot? Is he planning on a war?
No, he's planning to gain my vote in the moot.
The moot is over. We will likely never call another one again in our own lives.
Then perhaps he is calling for a war. He mentioned the moot, however. By the way, I think moots, like out of RP, moots happen every time a king dies.
Out of RP, they do not. There's only been 3.
Really?
Yes, they're very rare.
Okay.
At
So
least from the
apparently-
lore page I read, unless that was wrong. The lore page I read said there's only been a couple.
Perhaps I don't know. I might be wrong. I haven't read a lot about moot in like years, but as far as I remember, every time a High King died without a clear successor, there was a moot.
Yes.
But there is a clear successor this time. So
Is there?
You're correct. Yeah. Wasn't King Lokir the?
He was. We voted for him. He was named High King, but he has died, and his son is a well-known murderer.
Yet he is the rightful claimant.
He is making those claims, I
Though
am
he has
sure,
it
but
by right. Though he has it by right, he shouldn't have it because he is a murderer. I agree. We should find an honorable king, which is why I am leaning towards Eastern Skyrim, for they are the most powerful ones with the best king available so far.
they to claim they were honorable after they explicitly at the moot rejected the vote. You were there yourself. They rejected the after they lost. They were happy to go with the moot when they were winning.
I'm sorry. Out of RP, I don't know that.
At the moot, there was basically a really convoluted vote. There were some issues with it not being defined very correctly. What happened initially is there were like 2 rounds of voting. The first one, it was doing inconclusive, but Eastern Skyrim kind of had the advantage. But I abstained alongside you kind of when we're neutral, so it was just uncertain. And then we just hadn't defined, the GCs hadn't defined it well, so there was another vote. And then that time, everyone voted for Winterhold, or 4 of us did. And this, out of roleplay, this is a private conversation with me and Falkreath.
I would also, out of RP, I would say that neither of you was part of debates, and like all the arguments were in favor of voting.
He was in school, and I had service shit I had to deal with. I didn't have an option, and so
But like, I will say that I don't think that. Because the fact you had 2 votes and didn't listen to debates, like everyone more or less agreed that like the debate were won by the Eastern Skyrim. Like,
yeah, but out of RP, my family now has a grudge against yours, though. We're just not allowed about it, so that would be there too.
I offered to give you vote time if you voted for me.
That's not, it's not, my family doesn't make deals like that. We're about honor and about like honoring things and stuff like that. And the situation of Valheim we view as very dishonorous, so.
I see.
Yep. You are right, I wasn't there for it. It was a complicated situation. I only got there at the last minute. But also, to be fair, man, like.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the constitution of the land.
But I'm not, it's like, we're
only
not here
has-
for a debate, though. I'm still in a conversation with Falkreath. Like, when that happened, we passed it, so, yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. What happened, it was very convoluted. I didn't make a lot of it. I had to go deal with some server business that just had to happen. It really sucks. So I missed a lot of the debate and stuff like that. There was a debate between Eastern Skyrim. Western Skyrim made it clear that he didn't want it, so he wouldn't put himself forward. But he did say he didn't want Eastern Skyrim, so they basically proposed a neutral option. They proposed me, and I said I didn't want it, basically, because we just don't want it. And then Winterhold was proposed as a second option. There was some convoluted voting. In the end, it was kind of disputed, because technically Eastern Skyrim got it, but everyone was uncertain about the rules for the voting, and then it was done a second time, and then Winterhold got it. And then Eastern Skyrim claimed that they didn't want to really follow it. So it was a complicated situation, to be fair. It was basic. The way I think in roleplay makes sense is the moot was just a disaster and inconclusive, to be honest. So, yeah.
I mean, that's probably the best way to do it. Yes.
Yeah. Just a lot of shouting and no one decided anything.
I wasn't here on the first session, but I feel like I don't understand why there's like a moot already.
Have you read the lore of the scenario?
Yeah, I know. I know the lore. It's just like
Because the High King of Western Skyrim called for the moot and basically went around lobbying everyone to decide it.
But I feel like it makes sense for it to be inconclusive, or at least for like the.
Oh,
other
it does,
side not
and that's what we're running with that at this point. Like technically Winterhold, but technically also Eastern Skyrim, so it's just inconclusive. So.
And Winterhold and Eastern Skyrim are basically the 2 big, like, are already enemies.
Yep. But anyway, back into roleplay. It was a complicated affair, but at the end of the day, my family has seen very little honor from Eastern Skyrim, so if that's your metric, I would caution you to reconsider. If you feel as though High King Mulgrim is the strong choice, that I cannot debate. But I would caution you to remember that High King Mulgrim's mother, many do still suggest that she is the illegitimate daughter and not the daughter of the previous High King. There's been no evidence given for it conclusively, but there has been some suggestion, and High King Svartr, or Svartr, before he died, didn't bring forth some evidence. So there's also the legitimacy issue with their family. It's a complicated one.
That is true. However, the Flame Hairs have ruled Skyrim before, and even if she was an illegitimate daughter, she would have a better claim than anyone besides King Grom.
That I do not dispute. It's a complicated circumstance. But I must ask you, are you choosing to follow Eastern Skyrim for some deal they offered you, or because you truly believe that it is the best path forward? Be honest with me.
I have not been. They have asked me for my vote, but I have not received any deal of any sort. I have not been offered anything. So
that's good to hear them. Well,
even if I were, I would be honest with you. For you're my oldest ally, and Falcrenth
I know.
and Whiterun will stand together as long as I live.
Well, that does give me pause and must make me reconsider this then.
So
I just worry.
need
The delegitimacy of the family, the bad business in Valheim, their family is... I don't see much honor in them, if I'm going to be honest with you, and that worries me.
That is understandable. I believe we should. I'm sorry. Can you give me a second out of RP? I'll be right back. I need to go for 1 minute.
Just hop to my VC when you have a chance.
All right. Just give me 1 second.
All right. Cool. It was definitely an interesting situation. I just don't know where this is going to go at this point. I mean, like, we got to stay in a way neutral. There's no way our family would not dislike the Flame Hairs at this point. If any of y'all watched, like, last session when we went to speak to them about Valheim, like, they basically just tried to strong arm us into supporting them by using a neutral, like, territory as leverage to force us to follow them, which really would have pissed off Torik. He wasn't there, but his ambassador was and told him everything, so there's no way Torik does not actively dislike Eastern Skyrim at this point, but he has to be neutral because their family is neutral. We're the diplomats of Skyrim, so we need to try and keep things somewhat stable here. Yeah, it's a complicated situation. What's up, Zodi? RP is really good. It's been interesting. We're in a real pickle of a situation because it's like we can't decide the future of the succession, but like there's no civil war either, so it's just kind of it's this weird limbo. Greetings.
I come from the Rift. We have much to discuss regarding Falkreath.
Falkreath. I just came from there myself. I just barely got back to Whiterun. What do you wish to speak of?
I apologize for that. It is come to our attention that Falkreath is following a heretical deity, being that of Vermina. And it is also the belief of the Rift that they have cursed our king with terrible nights.
Yeah.
That's heresy. I just spoke with King Hackville. He told me nothing of his conversion. That the place that's the stronghold did seem a little bit odd, but I thought that was the orcs' influence still there.
Yeah.
The cult of Vermina.
Well, as you may know, he holds a certain artifact, that being the
Skull of Corruption.
Yes, the Skull of Corruption.
It plagues various people with terrible dreams, night terrors for days on end, as their I think it harvests their good dreams. I forget how it works. That's this is out of roleplay. Oh no, it feeds off memories. That's
so we believe that However, his son is redeemable, and that is currently would be the true heir to the throne, as to say.
Prince Heimskir. He's a good man. A very good man. They're our closest allies. I fought with King Hackfield many times. My daughter and him good friends. My son and him good friends. You're sure that this artifact is corrupting him?
We believe so. We understand this this troubles you. It troubles us as well, as we in the early days of the Orcish wars had supported his father in defeating them.
Much did my father in Bruma.
As did I, Viveka.
I find this situation to be a shocking one, and something must be done. You come here with a plan and a proposal, or only a warning?
We are not warning. We are simply discussing with you because we understand that you are a longtime ally of their realm. But we do believe that it is the best for Southern Skyrim for him to be deposed and his son be put in place.
Is there no way that we cannot take this artifact from him and return his sanity? Is he truly lost? Is there no other way?
Well, the issue arises with the fact that we believe he's already taken hostile actions against the King of the Rift as well as others with said artifact.
But if it is corrupting him, then this is not truly the king.
This is true. How may you suggest we, separate his artifact from him then?
I have heard tell that he rarely leaves his stronghold. I do not wish to slaughter the men and women of Whiterun in order to simply...
The issue is...
I do not have a simple answer for this.
The threat that this poses is by far greater than any orc threat, in the Rift's opinion, being that this is allowing for the forces of Daedra to seep into Southern Skyrim.
It's true.
And if this were to continue, there is a possibility that physical Daedra may appear.
Then I think that there is only one path forward.
I believe so as well.
The armies of Whiterun, the Rift, and Bruma as well, then I assume, would march?
That is correct.
I would agree, but I would say, let us attempt to take the king alive, and if we can, destroy this artifact and attempt to remove his corruption. If his mind is too far gone, we abdicate him. But if there is any hope, let us treat him as the man we all knew when we were younger.
The Rift agrees to such. What say you, Bruma?
My father would probably agree with that as well.
Very well, then I believe we are all in agreement.
In that case, I will, actually, I don't even have an alliance with him, so we're fine. No, I do.
Did they break? No, yeah, you still do.
Is there any way for me to even break it?
Is it marriage? It is, yeah.
If I declare war, I will just break the alliance, though, so I can do it that way. I'll have to do a separate war.
Yeah,
or what you can do is not answer his call. That would be the better mechanic-wise.
Yeah,
not saying
but
to be gamey, but
I'd want to march my troops too. I mean, it doesn't make sense for me not to.
right. And then you just have to explain to him that you're not taking any land.
Yep. I'll go tell about RP. I'm gonna declare for like a ducal conquest, but I'm just gonna white piece him at the end of things.
Yeah.
Is what we'll do.
Yep.
Okay.
Tell him
Yep.
that I'll do this. But
Very
I'll
well.
stay out of it if he doesn't want like dog pile.
Also, I think he's AFK right now, so I'll want to wait till he gets back.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, is that why you left?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Whiterun agrees to these terms with a sad heart. It appears that the gods kept me alive longer in order to rid Skyrim of this Daedric corruption, and I will be happy to play my part with the rest of you.
Very well. We shall wait for the call when times are right.
So the messenger and Whiterun will march.
Very well. I bid you farewell.
And you.
And I bid Viveka farewell, for I just died.
Damn. We're really gonna have to fight fucking King Hackfield. Goddamn. Fucking Daedra, man.
Yeah. I'm just gonna sort some things out and then I'll leave.
That's good.
You know, having ruler die is always a little disrupting.
Oh yeah. Maybe Court Mage has an answer. Do we even have a Court Mage at this point?
Oh, do you? Or are you asking me?
I'm streaming, man, so I'm just talking to myself while I stream, kind of thing, you know.
Sorry. Anyway, I'll go back now. I sorted it out.
Sounds good.
There you
Did I miss it? No, yeah, we already have a Court Mage. Argy. Ooh, Master Mage. Oh yeah. How did they know he was a worshipper again? Supposedly, like, the King of the Rift is getting really bad dreams and stuff like that. I don't know if they RP'd it out with each other. To be fair, he is known to be possessed at this point. He also currently has it equipped. He has the Skull of Corruption equipped. Presumably that means when he's holding court, he's holding the thing. So it wouldn't be impossible for someone to recognize it, you know? So I don't know if they RP'd it out together, but given that he is wielding it and he is clearly possessed, it's not a big jump of assumption to assume this fucking thing's corrupting him. So I'm gonna go see if that player's back. Hey, are you back yet, by the way?
Yeah, I am.
Cool. Out of RP, basically the Rift and Bruma just approached me. They're planning on deposing your current leader, given the artifact that he holds, which is a Daedric artifact. There's gonna be a war with all of us. All we're gonna do is depose. Well, what we're gonna do is march to your capital. When we get there, we're gonna basically try and make you destroy the artifact and stop you from being possessed by it, because that's how we see it. And if we can uncorrupt you, you'll stay in power. If not, we're just gonna depose you and put your son in power, because you have a Daedric artifact right now.
I know I have a Daedric artifact right now.
So I'm just giving you a heads up out of RP before we start this, so you're not like, what the fuck's going on?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yep. Cool. Just heads up, so you know what's about to happen.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, at the end of my go.
All right. He knows what's going on. Just heads up.
Okay. Oh, are we good for the war now?
Yep. The Falkreath knows what's going on, so we're able to go.
Okay. Do you want to go up to a larger channel so that
I can just edit the size of this one.
Yeah, we can just make this one larger.
Where is it? There it is. Put it 20.
My legionaries are ready for war.
There you go.
Let me know when you want us to declare. We'll go for it.
yeah, we're
Oh,
on.
fuck.
You're the commander.
I drop a level of fame. God damn.
That sucks. Oh, when you declare war.
I don't really want to fuck myself this hard. Is it cool if I stay out of it? If you need me, I'll go in, but this really kind of screws me. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's just you just not heeding his call is fine.
I'll pull my troops up and just put them on the border, and we'll say that's what's going on.
And he knows what's happening, right?
Yep, I told him.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go in.
Are you gonna have me as your commander, my liege?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm now back at 29.
I'll take a moment because I'm not exactly fighting this war, so let's mute myself here. The political situation between the East and the West is still super hostile. There was a moot that was attempted to be held at the start of this game to basically decide a new High King. It was basically just a clusterfuck. No one could decide anything. Everyone disagreed. People, it was just a mess, really. As a result, the division has stayed. Winterhold technically got voted to be the next High King, but it just fell apart, so nothing happened. At this point, the Eastern Skyrim is just politically maneuvering to get backing. They're probably going to start a war. Falkreath told us they approached him to back them, so it sounds like they're preparing a war. The Western Skyrim is just trying to basically wait it out and be independent. They're not going to give up their land willingly. So we're careening very slowly towards a war. We'll see if that happens or not. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Yeah, the moot was an absolute clusterfuck, yeah. What in the world is my grandson Torik doing in the wardrobe in the servants' quarters? Playing hide and seek, he claims. He's lost. Oh, he's screwing someone. Holy shit! Okay, he's definitely his mother's child. Probably not our son's child, though. God, getting cucked, I swear.
My soldiers will be holding up the rear of the forces.
Okay, but you can be command of your own army. I did release it.
I'm already in.
I'll join in the war once I sort things out.
We'll stay muted for now. All right, we'll hold court in the meanwhile. We never lead our troops anyway, so we're back home in Whiterun. Two of my vassals are pushing one another, jostling to reach my throne first. Linbin Alvor bows before me. My lord, murder is wanton and city strict throughout West Kingdom of Whiterun. It would be civilizing if we institute a ban on townspeople bearing arms. We'll never agree to that. We'll always keep our weapons. We're Nords. Before the court is underway, my chancellor pulls me aside. To my surprise, she's brandishing a garnished sock. My lord, there will so many attending your court. I knew you are somewhat challenged in remembering every face and from whence it hails. I proposed a solution. We require all of the court to wear a dress which includes a local style recognizable to all. She forced a nose ring at me. For those without clear regional fashions, I've taken the liberty of hiring a tailor who can suggest some regional garments for them to wear. Yeah, we'll be fine. We're very diplomatic. My vassal Linman Rowlov approaches the throne with an old man in tow. My Legion King, he spouts, my friend Harebane seeks the honor of serving in your retinue of shield things. Give him the opportunity to prove himself. He's not very competent, though. He's also very old. But he's our vassal, so we'll do it as a favor to him.
Do with as you please. Well, I believe if you wish to keep it, you may keep it.
This is a wondrous gift, my king. I will not forget this.
This is as compensation for the unfortunate refusal of Snowshot, as I know you had high hopes for that. But I hope this is...
They're doing internal matters. Linley has become a permanent fixture in my court, and an expensive one. Actually, an expansive one, too. She is there for every banquet, wolfing down everything in sight without complaining about how empty her own pantry is. You serve the best drinks, my lord, she says after downing another tankard of my finest, invigorating herbal infusions. You're the most honest, the most sensible, the best looking lord, she declares, her hand extended for another loan she will never repay. Oh boy. You make a court jester, we're not going to do that. We can befriend her. Could do that. Or we get rid of her. We'll probably try and befriend her. That's what he would do. Patient, temperate. Place our spy master. We'll use our grandson. And that's our daughter's son. Okay, so he's gonna inherit our daughter's lands in the north. She's still in prison. We're not gonna let her out until she's 50. She murdered her husband. Quite brutally, actually. So she's in prison for murdering her spouse right now. That's our daughter. Very fine military commander, but also a kinslayer. Oh man, Falkreath is actually winning here. Uh-oh. West and Skyrim shot themselves in the foot by not supporting the Nords in their reach. They could have had a powerful ally in the West. I remember the last stream. Yeah. So the Reach did something really interesting. They formed an elective monarchy. They're completely independent. The GC's edited it in like a special thing for them, but they are now an elective monarchy. So it's really interesting. They vote for all their new leaders. They have the for their culture, I think now they have the. I thought they had it. They've got the thing where they vote on like everything, which is really cool. Yeah, it is interesting.
Copy message.
What news from Falkreath?
The Rift has lost its first battle against superior positioning.
Do you need out of roleplay? Do you need me to declare it? Because I can.
No, you're fine. There's my vassals will join the war, so we have a better advantage now.
Gotcha.
Just gonna message. Might as well do everyone from Heartwood.
And if necessary, I can call in Eastern Skyrim.
Rift. And you know what? I might as well also ping Cloud because
we pause again, man.
Yep.
Yeah, who keeps pausing?
Not joining. It's not joining.
Oh, okay.
Jarl Hareki of the Smoke Frost. I wish to give you my greatest condolences over the death of your mother.
yes, thank you. And time to change my name because at the mood I tried role playing 2 people at once. Very, very disorienting.
Your mother was a grand woman and an excellent warden of the East. I only hope you can live up to her great expectations. She left big clogs to fill. Oh man, why are we on 1 times?
Feel free to keep sieging my king. I'm currently destroying any bandit raiding parties that will hinder your advance.
Realize that my flag color is not the same theme as the rest of the rift. Probably do that.
Alright, well, I really do wish we could fight this war, because RP-wise we are fighting it right now, but like, I have to break my alliance with him, and that would just absolutely fuck us, like, completely. Lose infamy and all that kind of stuff. Or get infamy. Lose fuck tons of prestige and stuff like that, which doesn't make any sense, given that this war is legitimate. There's a lot of features like that I wish there were ways around, but we have our troops raised at least, to reflect it, so we're not getting any money. Sucks, so. In the meanwhile, we're just kind of waiting. I didn't realize that this had happened. He mentioned that you could actually like spawn Daedra into the world. I'm curious if that's actually doable right now. Because that'd be pretty fucking cool. I haven't seen it. I played a good amount of like single player of this by now and I haven't seen anything like that. I think I found the reason that some days are more rat-free than others. My grandson Linman Torik happily declares as he moves aside to reveal a servant holy raid displeased cat. We'll get him to keep it. He found it, it's his. As a king, my vassals owe me their allegiance. My word is law, but how much is obedience without devotion worth? In times of crisis, a slow response or a half-hearted effort can lead to disaster. Can I afford such a risk? I mean, we're probably already a generous liege, so we'll go for that one. It's also, we can afford a bit more here. Let's go ahead and, give lavish food. We'll upgrade the fashions and lodgings of our court. I did see someone do it in Manamarco. Okay, so it is doable then. Okay, that's interesting. You can with magic. You can summon a Dremora army. You could spawn Daedra vassals in too. Wow. Okay, I haven't seen that yet. That's cool as fuck. So if we don't fight this war, he's gonna start summoning Daedra. That's Jesus. That's actually a crisis. They're struggling to beat him because he has all these mountains, though. I almost half tempted just to declare, but it really would fuck us. Some months have passed since I decided to let Linley continue her parasitic life at my court. I wasn't expecting anything more than her usual over-the-top tales of poverty and ridiculous flourishing comments, but recently I noticed that her stories were getting funnier, her rhymes sharper, and her compliments more pleasing. Well, my courtiers and foreign guests have greatly entertained by her artfully crafted words. Could she have a useful calling? A court poet. Oh, it's useful. Better than a jester. It's based on a human. I'm pretty much made my character immortal with magic. And you can give yourself the immortal trait in the character creator. The latest work of my vassal, Linman Elvor, has become all the rage at court of late. The piece deals with memory and what we leave behind, and Elvor has publicly dedicated it to me. The King of Whiterun, the mightiest men, must leave this earth, no matter what realms they have given birth, and hope only for memory's grace, that their histories find true place. So far I've kept my thoughts to myself, but the buzz has grown too dramatic to ignore for much longer. Well, we'll say we like it, I guess. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. What's the best, Scovin? What would you honor that to which Lindley with a court position and not me? My shield thing, Horm, is livid. Apparently, he had wanting that honor to befall him. He does have high diplo, to be fair. Not much better, though. We'll make him our food taster. He's very loyal, so we'll give him a position too. Put our army here too, killing all my soldiers. Skyrim United? No, it is still very divided. Somehow Morgrim formed Skyrim though. I don't know how that happened. Did they make a deal? Hold on.
Okay, see.
What just happened?
What?
Skyrim formed.
Oh shit! What the hell?
Did they make a deal?
They must
might
be a
have.
deal.
How interesting.
Oh shit! Okay.
That means my grandchildren are of Skyrim.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Work your way into lineage.
Man, but the wise, this looks pretty fucking bad.
This is very odd.
I mean, the more odd thing is the new name of Western Skyrim.
Did you make a deal with Eastern Skyrim?
Deal?
Yes, he formed Skyrim.
I said that I would no longer see myself. I said that I said that we will have a moot. I agreed to a moot. I said that I no longer see myself as a High King. And that I would be, I made myself a Grand Duke, a Grand Jarl. My mistake, not Duke.
Did you give him permission to form Skyrim though?
I said that if he won the next moot, he can form it. If he wins,
There wasn't another moot.
then he should hold off and not form Skyrim until there's actually a moot to either confirm his
Cool, I'll relay that.
You have the artifact.
So I guess what has happened, just a heads up, is that there was a discussion had between Eastern and Western Skyrim where the High King Thoris of the Cursed Braid family in the West said that he no longer saw himself as a High King and that he would get rid of that title, and he said that given another moot, potentially High King Morgrim would become the King of Skyrim if there was a moot. There has been no moot as such. High King Morgrim has declared himself High King of Skyrim without a moot, so I guess that's what's happened.
Right.
So it's even more complicated.
Yep. Gotta love it.
Well, going back to my mouth.
Yeah.
Do you want me to lower the user again, or do you want to keep it at 20, Chevy?
Did the war finish with Falkreath?
Yeah, they got a new king, so it's all good now.
No, the king converted back.
Oh, you converted.
Did he destroy the artifact?
No, he didn't, and he still has the champion of Vermina trait. I tried saying that.
You can't destroy the artifact. It's literally impossible.
Yeah.
Can't you get rid of it?
I cannot get rid of it either. I can't gift it to anyone. So.
Well, you can unequip it and just put it in the inventory, right?
Just don't use it.
Oh, like
there you go.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, I got a claim on Greenwall now, and I'm now going to say that.
All right, so overviewing what just happened. The War of Falkreath was successful. We did manage to get the King Hackfield to give up the cursed artifact, the Daedric artifact, so he's got a degree of his sanity back, not a lot of it, but a little bit of it, and he's gone back to his old religion, which is good. So the Daedric crisis is done. the more complicated political thing that just happened is, I guess, from what High King Thor says, he no longer views himself as the High King, so he doesn't view himself as claiming the High Kingdom of Skyrim. But he said to High King Morgrim that there should be a moot, and there would be a moot for this to happen. Given there's been no moot, I think High King Morgrim is going to, I guess, use this to basically just claim that he's High King in the story. This is all over. So that's complicated. We should probably send an ambassador. What's up, Zero? Hail, this is an ambassador from Whiterun.
Yes.
I am sent here to speak with High King Morgrim and ascertain why he has claimed that he is now the sole High King of Skyrim.
It is that High King Torik has renounced all claims in the title and has also seceded from the realm. It's therefore I see myself as
yes, but we spoke with him, and he says that you had agreed to hold a moot for this title and not just claim it yourself. Is this true or false?
Moot.
Yes, he claimed that although he is giving it up in order for there to be like another King of Skyrim after this, that there would be a moot, and that's apparently what you agreed to.
We agreed to moot according to ancient traditions of the flame here.
So you did agree to a moot. My question then, and that from my king, is why you have not called one before claiming that you now rule all of Skyrim.
Hey, is there a reason that we're on one time, Seth?
No, it keeps going back down because people are lagging out.
My game crashed.
I did so before as well. I'll change it back to Eastern Skyrim if it's.
We're just curious why you you're claiming this title without a moot. I mean, is this? I mean, you clearly made a proclamation to all of Skyrim that you're the true High King of Skyrim now.
Yes.
So you're gonna go back on that?
All of Eastern Skyrim, Rift, and also Broom have all voted for me to be.
Yes. In Eastern Skyrim, there's been a division for a long time. You just proclaimed yourself the High King of all of Skyrim after this situation, without a moot. And so I take it then that it was a lapse in judgment and you're going to go back into what you originally said then.
Being that... Oh, well, I shall retain that I was elected in Eastern Skyrim and I only have a right for Eastern Skyrim. I see a point, so...
I'm glad that you do not do this in this manner, but still uncertain about the situation and such a quick claimant without the widespread.
My reason is quite simple. It's quite obvious that King Rom, a murderer, flagrant, and a sinner before the gods, is no true king.
I believe he stands here in this hall as we speak. You would say this to the man's face?
Yes, I speak frankly to him that he's no. Seeing that he is so open to kill, not bound by any laws of man nor the gods, that he's no man to rule Skyrim. This I say truthfully. With no hesitation.
Very well. So in that case, do you plan to call a moot, or how are we to proceed, High King Morgrim?
We can call a moot according to the same. Well, let me speak with my court.
Why is this something you would need to debate? Did you not already agree to it?
No, I did not
Oh.
agree.
Oh man, we might need a re-host pretty soon here.
Yeah.
I was told by High King Thoris himself that you did. Do you call this man a liar?
I may have spoken slightly slyly, seeing that I spoke for moot amongst the true heirs, but he spoke for moot amongst...
You may do things differently in Eastern Skyrim. I mean, there's no honor in what you said, and it is close to a lie as one could get. Silver-tongued devils weaving falsehoods through half-truths is not something we honor here.
I said it clearly. He may not be a man who understands laws nor diplomacy, and therefore he misunderstood my point entirely. I spoke clearly, and if he does not understand such things as he himself and his father said it, he, of course...
In that case, I am to report back to King Torik that you will not hold a moot and will instead... Oh man, King Torik just died. He doesn't know that though. I will report back to High King Torik that you, King Torik, that you do not wish to hold a moot. And that you will proclaim yourself only in your Eastern Skyrim holdings for all of Skyrim.
It is where I was elected, and it is where I have my support. It is in East March, in the Pale, Riften, and Bruma. Although, of course...
So in that case, you will not seek to take...
I will speak with my allies, and if they agree, for I am bound to them as well as myself, if they agree, then we shall have a moot for all of Skyrim. If they do not agree, then I shall...
You only wish to hold your current holdings then, because without a moot with the other Jarls and Kings, you obviously would have no right to claim them as your vassals.
They elected me.
No one elected you. Besides those who exist in Eastern Skyrim.
As I said...
You wish to only use those voting within your current territories to decide you as the High King of all of Skyrim, including places that have not agreed to it then.
I spoke clearly. I will speak with my vassals, the Jarls of the Pale, of myself as East March, the Rift, and Bruma. And at a point where we come to an agreement, we shall we may...
In that case, I will take my leave. Thank you, High King Mulgrim.
Yes, thank you. But I will say this, that it was indeed the High King Torik that wished to divide the realm.
I understand.
First. And
disinherit my current heir, if need be.
King Torik, how may I help you?
I am King Svartr II. My father is no longer amongst the living. He lived for far longer than expected, but he is dead now. I am here on a very unfortunate and complicated matter. I had an ambassador sent to Eastern Skyrim to determine why exactly High King Mulgrim has made claim to be the king of all of Skyrim, and have some very unfortunate news, which I wish to relay and discuss with you, as one of the few remaining independent kings. It has been said by High King Mulgrim himself that in discussions of High King Thoris, there was indeed a discussion where it was agreed upon that a moot would happen in order to determine the next king. However, according to High King Mulgrim, he managed to fool the now Grand Jarl by claiming that it would only be a moot in his own territories, meaning that he now has, according to him, the right to claim all of Skyrim as his own due to being elected only by the Jarls within Eastern Skyrim, and that the rest of us are now to swear loyalty, for a moot has already been held, though none of us attended it. I wish to ascertain the opinion of the Rift on this.
This is unfortunate, as we had supported the initial moot, and had believed that the initial one, while unlawful, was still a moot. This is unprecedented, to be honest.
I mean, I will say I do not wish for a war, and if the other kings do wish to follow what he's proposing, I will also follow it. But I must say, I find it very worrying that this High King now is setting the precedent that he can, a High King can declare himself as, with a moot only by those loyal to him, and pick and choose who were to make him High King. It's a very worrying thing.
I believe we need to speak with the King of Bruma about this affair.
Yeah.
I think that would be wise.
Very well. I shall make preparations to travel to Bruma.
As will I.
Unfortunate news. I know that we both had supported the Flame Hairs in the past. However, they have done something quite contrary to the moot. They have decided that instead of holding a Skyrim-wide moot, they have held one simply within their own territories, bypassing any of our rights to decide such.
Is he willing to negotiate, or is he like...
My ambassador has told me after my ambassador negotiated with him for hours, and initially he planned to just hold the title of High King of Skyrim alone. After my ambassador spoke with him, he apparently agreed to make himself only High King of Eastern Skyrim. When it was asked if a new moot would be held, the High King Mulgrim said that he would discuss it with his own vassals, and if all of them and him thought that this would be a good idea, they would potentially do it.
Telling, I
would ask that the ambassador from Eastern Skyrim wait his turn.
Of course.
My own ambassador relayed to me that he wished to discuss it amongst his own vassals, and if they agreed to then hold another moot for all of Skyrim, one would be held, as I have been told. But I see that there is an ambassador here from Eastern Skyrim. Perhaps you would wish to.
Yes, I am Prince Torbjorn, brother to King Mulgrim. His position is that he will speak firstly with the King of the Rift and the King of Bruma, and of course his own nephew, before such a decision were to be made.
You clarified that you would do it with your own vassals. Are the Rift and Bruma your vassals now?
He said, my brother said his vassals and those who voted for him.
Oh, okay. I'm fine with that then.
A moot is not to be called before certain discussions are to be made.
Perhaps we misunderstood then. Very well.
If that's the case, would both the King of the Rift and the King of Bruma be needed in Eastern Skyrim for the discussion?
We could speak. We can speak here as well. I speak for my brother.
Very well.
So, what is your brother actually doing?
My brother is preparing for his trying to help his nephew in a civil war as of now.
We were speaking about your brother's claim to the throne.
Of Skyrim, yes. My
Yes.
brother, yes, Mulgrim.
What is your brother's plans for such?
Seeing that High King Torik has decreed and indeed made clear that Hafingr and Hjalmarch is no longer the jure part of Skyrim, things are changed quite deeply. Certainly, King Mulgrim has made it clear that perhaps a moot is to be called without including the path which has called itself to not be a part of Skyrim, i.e. Hafingr and Hjalmarch, and instead only include Bruma, the Rift, East March, the Pale, Winterhold, Whiterun, and Falkreath.
And what of so just excluding Gilmarsh then?
Yes, he has decreed himself that the realm has been partitioned. Indeed, both
Fuck.
Out of character, that you do realize that it means that the Jarl Forderitz is actually submitting to you. You do realize that.
Hold on. Redrun just declared war on me.
Who did?
Yeah.
Whiterun, the Dunmer.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll
shit.
offer to join war.
Oh, yeah. Just saying, I'm just saying out of character, you do realize, Hastings, that it means basically whoever wins the next moot, he will just submit to. You do realize that? Like, you do realize that the fact that you do realize.
Yes, you all work it out before getting the other jarls involved.
Hastings, you do know that it basically means that if you become king,
You two have created so much division. Like, I've heard one thing from the Grand Jarl. I heard one thing. We heard one thing from King Morgrim. Like, you two need to state how this is gonna go. You've put our lands into confusion. You can't make a deal and not tell the kings and jarls and let us all just have to pick up the pieces.
My lord, do you have enough funds to currently give me? I am in debt.
Yes, I can help you out with that.
Yes, I'll repay you later, or if it's quite a large sum, then I'll just pay you back immediately. But
I would say right now that King Mulgrim has taken command of his troops and is marching to the Rift.
well, that's because of us being at war with Redrun.
Yes.
I would also join a war, but I can't join.
Yeah, I would too, but I can't, so.
I would just send money instead, I think.
King Mulgrim, I should inform you that there are 7,000 soldiers from the Red Ron
I do see
setting
that there.
sail for ship. I believe they intend to land on your coast. You should keep an eye out for this.
Then perhaps the troops are to stay in close proximity to the coast of Eastern Skyrim.
I will be right back.
My lord, how stressed are you?
Oh, I died.
My King Borvir!
He's that stressed.
My cousin!
Fuck!
No.
Oh no.
Not my cousin.
Skyrim just falling apart right now.
Can't offer much.
Heart failure.
2,000 warriors.
Well, maybe your current ruler is stressed. How stressed is he?
When I can, here you go, King of the Rift.
Everyone, okay, you would receive a dove, and this dove would have a capitalized letter saying, they landed, please help.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
How many troops? How many troops is Red? Oh my god, that's a lot of troops.
They have a lot of troops. God damn it!
Wait.
If you want, I can betroth to your son really quickly. You can break it later, and I can join and fight them if you want.
Yeah, that's fine.
Realistically, we'd march. So
Can I also offer the same? I don't want elves to run me. Oh, I don't have any.
So many elves in Ace of Skyrim. God damn it! There's so many elves.
Holy crap!
There's way too many elves.
Oh, I don't have any kids to marry off. Damn. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's about time for Rios anyway.
Something might crash.
Yeah.
It might be a good idea.
No, it's just a mega desync. We gotta do a rehost right now, so we gotta
Yeah, I got
It might be a good idea to stop the war.
Oh yeah, we had like 4 people at least crash.
I believe I believe we could have the war go, but maybe have all of us be at war with him.
It's rather awkward not having a player on Redrun though.
Oh yeah.
There is a player on Redrun. It's a player. He declared.
Wait,
No, it was AI.
You were
Yeah,
saying.
I swear it was AI.
You sure?
Yeah, no
Okay.
one's on it.
Yeah,
one's
there
on it.
was.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
no one's on it. It's an AI. I believe he's I think he's trying to take territory off the Reach. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
not off the Reach.
Looks
off
like it, yeah.
Riften.
Sildrad.
Oh.
I mean,
Fucking
Sildrad
AI.
is a de jure part of Morrowind, but it belongs to the Dawnguard, and while the Dawnguard is somewhat disloyal, they still deserve to exist.
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
it's-
You're telling me he's trying to take that
He's trying to end the Dawnguard.
Yeah.
bro, that was
That's
called
very
this. No,
sus.
everyone should be joined in this war because that is if the elves get past that, they
Yeah.
can flood into Riften. It's literally a crisis if they flood into it.
Alright,
Yep.
well, I'm gonna go talk to
It's
Seth about it.
twofold because first of all, he's attacking the Dawnguard, which are most dear and beloved protectors against the dark, against the vampires of old.
Did they actually declare for Dawnguard?
2 minutes. I have
Yes,
to
they
get back on the
They're
bus.
attacking
They
Dawnguard.
declared for Sildrad.
But
They,
there's
uh,
Aw.
They would annex all of the Dawnguard.
reforming the Dawnguard.
They're literally getting rid of our protectors. That's wow. Okay,
Yep,
this
yep,
is a full blown crisis then.
We should all join. We
Yes.
should all be allowed to. We should all be allowed to join the war.
I agree.
Yep.
Because if they win this war, not only can they then flood into Riften, but the pass that they take would allow basically them to flood into Skyrim.
Vampire hunters or something.
Yeah.
Strong men of the Heartwood shall defend against these evil elves.
We have 14,000
I will bring my 8,000 men.
We have the thing is we have enough, but we're so fucking disunited right now. So it's gonna be.
This is what my father
Yeah.
warned. I warned this. I warned about this.
They're all attacking me.
I warned.
They attacked the
everyone.
Reach.
No, all their troops are in really next to my capital.
Yeah, they completely occupy me.
Wait, everyone, form the Empire of Skyrim, unite.
There's no moot.
I know, it's a shame.
This is just all an elaborate play by the King of High King Eastern Skyrim, where he paid them to attack to just force a united Skyrim without a moot.
So are y'all gonna finish the war first and then rehost, or how's that working?
We're rehosting right now.
Oh,
Everyone, a bunch of people desynced.
Wait, we should quote the Lord of the Rings thing where they light the beacon.
What?
We should all light the beacon. We should all light the beacon and say, the elves are upon us.
I had such medieval feelings that I just brought out a Belgian monk beer.
Is my ruler still ruling in the Pale?
Someone is trying to usurp the title.
Yeah. How's that
What?
going?
What? Okay, out of RP, how do you have so many revolts against the tyranny of you? I don't understand.
Because I arrested that vassal.
You're arresting far too many people. It's
It was just one dude.
It's like the third time you have a.
It's just one dude.
No, it's 3 dudes.
Well, 2 of them were victims of joining his cause, but I was only trying to arrest one guy.
Oh, I see that there's now a.
By the way, did I get confirmation from Bruma and from the Rift to have a moot.
You'll definitely get support from me to have a moot. I think I've already told you.
Yeah. Oh god.
Alright, I'll be right back. Oh, this could take a minute to rehost. Okay. I will do the Millennium Dawn stream tonight. I was debating it. I got really sick again. That's why I didn't stream last Sunday. I've been sick 2 times this month already. It's been really fucking shitty. So I wasn't sure if I'd feel up to it today, but we will do Millennium Dawn. This will go for another 2 hours. I'll probably take like a 30-minute break because I want to make some dinner. And then I will stream a couple hours of continuation of that I ran Millennium Dawn game. So I will do that. Just heads up. Still kind of sick, but most of it's left, thankfully.
I want to talk to not right now, but I do want to talk to the heads of the families of Cursebeard and Flamehair.
Well,
Yep.
yes, of course.
We agree.
Yeah, of course we would, considering that I have just dropped my claim as the claimant king, so...
Because goddamn, we're going to negotiate peace.
And I would say that
So needed.
No, like look at the elves.
In
I
RP,
warned you.
I always had a claim for Skyrim.
I know.
When he destroyed Western Skyrim, it didn't make sense for the Eastern Skyrim to remain, really.
Yes.
But
if there's ever need for unity,
in RP, I never had.
When you click that button, that's the equivalent of you publicly making a statement that you're now the High King of Skyrim.
It was he that made it. Who was he that partitioned the realm?
Well,
Did you not click a button that it happened automatically?
No, he pressed the button.
To me, it says when you press the button, it says you dissolve your title of the high.
So you just automatically go, or you got the title then?
No, it automatically made Eastern and Western Skyrim different de jure titles. And seeing that he stopped being, I changed my name because he deleted his claim for Western Skyrim.
So you did then do that then?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you still made the proclamation that you were in the High King of Skyrim.
I did before, but like in the name Eastern and Western Skyrim are only like in RP both see themselves as the High Kings of
course,
Skyrim.
but for you to then like make the proclamation that you were the High King of Skyrim out of moot, that would be still a pretty big deal. Like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know
It was a different thing from me wanting moot. I think a moot is to be called. I would accept one more moot, but I will first have to talk with everyone that voted for me before if they agree.
I mean, right now there is a count crisis with the elves sort of invading us.
It's a great time to seize power out of moot, if we're being honest. Like, it's the prime time for it, really.
But just saying, it may bite you in. It may bite you in the rear if you did that. Like temporarily it would work. Like you could probably keep it, but afterwards, I'm not sure. If we defeat the elves, I am not so sure afterwards. Because technically, what you could technically do in times of emergency, you could say, "Yeah, I am the temporal king."
You do have an ID, by the way.
Oh yeah, cool. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Who's the host?
I think Scythe is hosting today.
Game name. What's the game name?
No, the ID is in the announcement channel.
Oh, it's private too. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That was out of the blue. The elves attacking.
Yeah, for sure.
We all knew they were out to get us.
They have a lot of troops too. They have 10,000. That's crazy.
They are good troops, and they're all in. They're all like one province from my capital as well.
They have more than that. It's actually 14,000.
RP wise, it would make sense that they would like literally see that we are about to reunite, and we're like, nope, this is way better. Let's go in right now and stop this stuff.
Wait. Can we accuse that they were the ones who killed the king?
No, we all know you.
Hey, look over there. Definitely not me.
I'm sorry, it's something my character would do though, so.
Oh yeah, you can do this for sure.
You can do whatever you want.
No, guys, it was the elves. Come on. Remember when they killed all of us when we landed here? Yeah, they did it again, didn't they? I thought we were gonna get a civil war for a minute there. I'm kind of surprised it ended up being diplomatic.
It says connection time
Still
failed.
might have one. Let's not kind of just yet.
Oh boy.
Mine
There we go. Yeah, mine worked too.
I'm still initializing.
Yeah, it took forever, but remember with CK3, it's a queue that you go in.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Was that actual gold? I just saw channels, viewers, etc. I wonder, I call it game best. No, it wasn't a gold seller. He wanted to sell followers, viewers, and chat bots. So usual shit. That's what all the bots want to sell you. Imagine paying for a fucking viewer bot. My god.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's before the War of Whiterun.
Is it after the partition?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
Skyrim
it
has
is.
formed. Or has it?
It's
I'm
operating.
just saying connection to host, like timed out all the time.
Oh jeez, it's really.
I shouldn't put the buttons.
Yeah, everyone, like when you're in a game, don't press buttons, please. I'm trying to join.
Oh, this is from before they declared, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I hope they still declare. Fuck. It's interesting.
So my seers say that the elves are on the
1,000 oakmen, 6,000 war mages. Very powerful.
Oh, they have 6,000 war mages. What the fuck?
How many do they have?
600 war mages, not 6.
Oh,
That's still a lot of war mages,
That is a
though.
lot,
Like,
man. They can
God.
fuck
no, he
with
has
their
7.
army.
He has 700 total, doesn't he? Like,
War mages are so good.
he's got Dunmer Oathman as well, and they're pretty strong.
Yeah, they're fucking big scary.
God damn it.
They got oh my god, they got Kagudi Riders. Those things look really good too. Fuck.
It's fine. We just need one person with a massive warhammer, and we'll win the war.
No. They have 1,000 fucking Oathman. Oh my god.
Yeah. The war's still happening. Everyone prepare for the worst.
Oh, they have high technology, so they have more men at arms than us.
Yeah,
King of the Rift hasn't died yet either.
Oh yeah, he's still not dead. I need to change my name again.
We're getting retconned by the save.
I know, right?
I'm trying to initialize again. Can someone see if I'm loading in?
No, I can't.
To ask the host.
Yeah, I'll
you
ask.
are.
Okay. Nice.
I'm about to be deposed as soon as it starts. You're in.
Your heir would take over, right? It's the same dynasty, is it? Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Hey, Riff.
You're actually winning the war in the beginning.
Yeah.
Plus 17%.
What's up, Charles?
If
But
I
it-
can, I could try and marry into you, so then I could join the war quickly.
But that would make them not attack, though.
We don't do anything right now. Let them do it and then we respond.
Yeah, and then we respond.
Yeah, they would do
Yeah.
that.
I mean, if
And then you-
anything, our Whiterun, you should have a couple of allies, right, that you can bring in.
I mean, Torik just died. Do I have any left? I've got
That's right.
yeah, I've just got Falkreath. That's it.
Temple joined well. That would be pretty
It's glad that Falkreath changed religion back to Nordic Pantheon.
Hello, gang.
Howdy.
King Torik, can I talk to you or your kid?
King Torik's dead. This is high. This is the.
I cannot.
Oh shit! Thank you. That's my bad. My fault. Do you want to do a separate chat?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Did you want to do a separate chat?
Yeah, that would be great.
For the second.
I told you. Oh wait, this reminds me of that one.
Hail, King Hackfield. It's good to see you.
King Svartr II of Whiterun. It is great to see you. I am sure you remember us. You remember me from your father's campaigns in Falkreath.
I know you well. We fought together on many occasions. Who can forget the Orcish wars? It's been many years, but they will last a lifetime. What brings you?
I have had a conversation with your father before his untimely passing, for which I would first like to offer my sincere condolences. I would also like to ask you if you wish to uphold the alliance between our houses, and moreover, not only the political alliance, but the brotherhood in arms that you and your father and I shared, and that he shared with my uncle before me.
Of course. We fought together. We died together. It is only right that our alliance should continue in perpetuity, unless division was ever created between our houses.
I agree. I very much agree. I would like to ask you for one more thing, for two more subjects I would like to broach. Your father, before his passing, had promised me Brittle Shin Path, as it is a lawful part of Falkreath.
It is in
like
de jure.
confirmation. I'm sorry, what?
It is de jure your families, and I would be happy to do that. Let me take a look. You cannot revoke a title from allied without a title revocation reason. Yeah, I'm probably allied with my own mother, because that's my mother, so I also can't revoke it from her. What we can do is we can ask for a save edit in between this game and the next one, and then I can get you can get it that way if you're up for that.
Yeah, sure. That's super cool with me. And I would like to ask for one more thing. What is your current opinion on who should be the High King of Skyrim?
It's a tough question to answer. I must say that the manner in which the whole situation has led to our present circumstance, it's a dirty one, and I don't like how this has gone. I think for the stability of Skyrim, we must choose High King Mulgrim. But I must say, the fact that he proclaimed himself High King without a moot, and even went so far as to debate it with his supporters. Just so you are aware, both your kingdom and my kingdom were cut out of the debate as to whether we would even be allowed to choose the next High King. There was a discussion. Initially, Mulgrim declared himself High King without any moot at all. When my father's ambassador went to him to speak of it, he decided apparently that he would consider it, and spoke with his own vassals and those who supported him, specifically Bruma and the Rift, as to whether there would be a moot or not. So just to make it very clear so you understand, both yourself and my family, we were cut out of the deliberation of choosing the next High King. There still may be a moot where we can vote, but even whether or not that would happen or not is not in our own hands. It is in their hands, the loyalists to him. Which...
Though Bruma shares fraternal blood with Falkreath, I'm very much upset about the fact that they were allowed even to have a say in what the matters of Skyrim are.
I must say I also agree. My father allowed for it due to his diplomatic nature. I like to think that I am similar, but I don't understand how Bruma was allowed a vote, let alone at a seat at the table. King Harold, there's no doubting he's a great conqueror, but great conquerors do not get given votes for any reason. It made no sense. And now Eastern Skyrim bases their whole legitimacy upon them, in large part.
Then I think we should do what your father did not do. I would vote for you as High King.
I will not accept that. I have no desire to be High King. I agree with my father's perspective, and that Whiterun always needs to be the diplomatic kingdom, the diplomatic place in Skyrim. If we ever were to take the High Kingship, that would be gone forever. So I would not accept it.
Would you grace me and hear my argument before you make your final decision?
I would not. I will. There's no changing my mind on this.
I see. Well, I
thank you as a good friend of the family and a good friend of myself, but this is not something I wish for myself nor my children after them either.
I understand, and I take your disagreement with no ill will.
I do say though, I am very worried about the future, as the Flamehairs, they bring nothing but trouble and have caused nothing but problems. The actions his father took towards my father in Valheim, it was a bad business, and one that has certainly left a sour taste in my own mouth.
I'm sorry, out of RP, what happened with Valheim?
Valheim was independent at the start of the game. They're technically underneath Whiterun's de jure, so it would rightfully be Whiterun's. They were independent. I could have asked them to be my vassal at any point. We were good friends, basically, or Torik was, and I never chose to vassalize him. And then Eastern Skyrim, the old High Queen Freydis, she did. She vassalized him. I went to speak with him about it to try and get him made independent again, and she refused, claiming that she was the true High Queen of Skyrim. So it was a really bad business.
I see.
Yeah. But that was not High King Morgum, to be fair. That was his mother, and it is important to recognize that. Therefore, I will say what I said before. I think we must, if a moot is held, and I would hope one is held, otherwise our traditions are dead, we must proclaim the High King Morgum. Skyrim has been disunited for far too long. We need to be united.
I agree, though I do not know if we should allow King Morgum to be the High King now.
Do you have another option?
I believe that he should only be High King if he demonstrates that he is indeed honorable, and he would return I'm sorry, what was it called? Valheim?
Valheim? My family will not demand this for our vote. I would hope that if we were to proclaim him High King, he would transfer the vassalage of Clan Head Thorgar underneath myself, but we will not demand such a thing. It's not right.
But it is your right.
It is, but I will not make a political deal in this situation. I have no desire to do so. It would spell danger and only create a further division between his family and mine.
I do not know. I do not feel like a High King of Skyrim should even allow Bruma to have a say in his own kingdom. I believe I cannot stand with High King. I'm sorry, I can't see his name right now, so I can't. Because I'm not in the game for some reason.
High King Mulgrim. Mulgrim is his name.
Did it join for you? Are you in the game right now?
Yeah. Are you still initializing?
Yeah, for some reason it's still initializing.
There's a lot of people joining right now. You're probably just in the queue. There's like 30 people in this game.
I'm gonna ask Platypus and be right back, just in case.
That's good. He's proven himself to be dishonorable, the whole family has. Oh, definitely. But we're diplomatic. We want a peace in Skyrim. We want things to stabilize, so we would try and find a way through this. I agree, though. The Flamehares have been very dishonorable towards us and all of Skyrim. The situation in Valheim was the beginning of it. That was really bad. And then again, the fact that explicitly they broke with tradition and tried to use a technicality to not hold a moot. Like, that is insane. So, and Bruma, he's right about that. It doesn't make any sense for Bruma to have had a vote there. So, to be fair, out of roleplay, I think that was the GC's call. So, yeah. The Reachmen are still alive. They formed an elective monarchy as well, the Council of the Reach. They, yeah, they're completely independent. There's going to be 2 independent groups. We'll see how long that stays, because the, no, he's actually going to bend the knee, though, so it will just be 1 independent group. The Council of the Reach will be independent. Definitely an interesting situation here. Man, these hot joints are absolutely brutal.
Hello.
Hello.
Yo, okay, we're good. I just joined the game. About that.
Sounds good.
I cannot have High King Mulgrim, King Mulgrim be the High King of Skyrim. He's not that much of an honorable person. He's impatient and lustful, and he's been known to support Bruma, even though it has nothing to do with Skyrim.
If we're going to take this to a very honest point, how do you intend to stop him?
Well, he only has for now, he only has the support of the Rift and Bruma. And that leaves Grand Jarl of Halfingar, the only other person who has a claim that can actually press it. So I plan to convince him.
He was the one who set us in this current circumstance by giving up his claim on, and his family's claim upon the title. You will not find a man interested in such a thing. If anything, he will be actively against it.
I see.
He gave up his family's claim on Skyrim. That was him. Winterhold is ruled by a known murderer. The Rift wishes to keep the peace and backs Eastern Skyrim. Bruma backs Eastern Skyrim because they are the ones that are legitimizing this king in the south. And of course the Reach is, well, something else entirely. Let me say it again. How do you intend to stop him?
I do not know yet, but I will use all of my available resources in order
My friend,
to
I
do
would
so.
caution you. If I'm going to be quite frank with you, I also have no desire to see High King Mulgrim and the Frame Hairs on the throne. But you must realize that there's really no alternative at this point without a rebellion that is doomed to failure. You have only just recently gotten back Falkreath from the orcs. Do not throw away your titles in something you cannot win. In time, their dynasty will perhaps prove itself to be unworthy of both the crown of verity and the title itself. Patience is needed here.
But do you think that the price of that failure will not be on our people?
Perhaps. But if you were to start a war now and slaughter your people and then have the same results, there's no sense in that.
I see. Perhaps some other circumstances may arrive. We will not know until they make their first move.
Perhaps.
Time will tell who will be the High King of Skyrim. But I would just like to know our ally Whiterun. Since you've been our allies the longest and you are truly our brothers in arms, I would like you to know my true position, even though
I
others may
understand.
not know it.
And as a close ally and friend, you know mine too. I don't support him, but I will do it for peace, for my people, and for Skyrim.
If the situation were to change, you would support me against him, would you not?
Under
If the odds were more in our
very specific circumstances, I would.
Which would be?
A path where it is conceivable that he would not be High King. I don't see any ahead of us right now.
I see. Well, I thank you for your time. I will return to my hold and think matters through for now.
And I thank you for your honesty, King Hackfield. Safe journey back to Falkreath.
Thank you. I hope to see you next time with your health and your house's glory again.
And you.
Goodbye.
That's interesting. So he also doesn't obviously want the flame hairs. I mean, I get it. We don't either. There's no way, given everything, King Svartr would also want him to be king, but he's also calm and he's honest and he understands the situation. He's not going to start a stupid war or start a stupid conflict. So we don't have an alternative to this. So we're kind of just, we're stuck having to bend the knee right now is what's going to happen. And I really blame him. I blame High King Thoris, if anyone, for this situation. He kind of caused this. His family started a civil conflict, and then he ended it in the worst way possible. Like, it's brutal. It's a shitty situation. Oh, patiently my throne at the arrival of Linwin Bodil. Okay, cool. She's bending the knee. I think the King of the West still wants to be High King. I think he's making a gamble at giving the Flame Hairs enough rope to hang themselves. Now that too is also possible. Perhaps a trip to him would be a good idea as well. Hail, High King Thoris. Or
Well,
Jarl. What do you call yourself these days?
It is just Grand Jarl. But yes,
All the same. I am King Svartr II. My father has gone to Sovngarde, and I now rule Whiterun in his stead. I have made the trip here, like my father, several years ago to Solitude, to be quite frank, and ask you, what the fuck are you doing?
I have decided that I have decided that if we are to try to unite Skyrim, then the only other path I see a possibility of uniting Skyrim is that maybe we should. I'm trying to ease the tension between East and West Skyrim, so we don't end up fighting each other. and weakening each other to allow other powers to.
Didn't stop your father or your grandfather from starting this whole affair, and from the few things I've ever heard about you, High King Thoris, you don't seem like the man to give up power. Nor to bury an axe against a rival.
I am merely not burying the axe against. I'm not burying the axe. I just believe that we need to unite Skyrim. And as
but the manner that you're
there
doing
needs
it,
to be
you are allowing the Flamers, your family's great rivals, to be the ones to take it.
I believe that if they even try to take it, I have said that they should call a moot.
You say that they should call a moot, yet at the same time, they claim that they will not. They debated with their own vassals and the supporters even calling one.
Then if they do not call them moot, then I will not see them as rightfully king. If they do not uphold the traditions of the moot, then they are tyrants. And I will
and how do you plan to stop them? You have made no organization of your fellow kings and jarls. You have left this all to chance while they consolidate their position with their allies. That's what they're doing as we speak.
I will go talk to King Grom, and as I am talking to you, we should call together a pact. A pact that we should defend each other, and if Eastern Skyrim does not bend to a moot, then maybe we need to have a severe talk, maybe also with Boomer, if Boomer wishes to on the Rift, have a severe talk about how we need to deal with Eastern Skyrim. If Eastern Skyrim is not going
You're
to uphold...
saying that like we have the ability to. Well, you've sat here and given away your claim to all of Skyrim. They have consolidated the position with the strongest armies, that of the Rift, of the warlords in Bruma, of the many more vassals than you in Eastern Skyrim. If I were to call my bannermen, even if I were to support you or something along these lines, along with you and your own allies, we would be no match for them. Did you not think anything about the future when you made this foolish decision?
It might not have come across my mind. I was away at the time of the declaration.
Who made it?
Well, my father passed away while I was on a pilgrimage. And I was hoping to follow my father's footsteps on trying to see a peaceful path to Skyrim. But if what you're saying is true, that Eastern Skyrim will not uphold the moot...
It's not that they won't, it's just that they're debating it right now. They haven't agreed to it. My father's ambassador spoke with them, and he said he would consider it, but he would speak with his vassals and his supporters before calling it. They still may call it, but if they do, I mean...
Like,
it seems to me that the situation is foolish. You haven't thought it through, and you are putting us on a very dangerous path with your actions.
Yes, it seems that way. Maybe we shouldn't have a moot at all then. If you feel that a moot would only cause more unrest and more divide, like apparently I've heard my father, but in my father's journal, apparently what the last moot did was cause more of a rift.
I never suggested such a thing. We've always had the moot to confirm the High King.
Look, I'm not the best at diplomacy. Let me be frank, I am unlike my father. I am more of a warrior than someone who wishes to look at the books or to study.
I can see that.
If you feel, what do you feel that's best to do?
I think an idea about a coalition put together to demand a moot, it's not something we should even have to demand, though, is the issue here.
Well, yes, we should still. Well, yes, we should.
Your
definitely-
vote, Winterhold votes, Whiterun's vote, and Falkreath's vote would still supersede that of the Rift, Bruma, and Eastern Skyrim. If we were to make a pact, if a moot was held, we would decide the next High King,
Yes, I agree. And
as we did before. If they
what-
don't agree to a moot, we would have a big enough coalition, we could defend our sovereignty. If it comes to it.
I agree, and I will also defend. I will also defend anyone that Eastern Skyrim tries to lay claim to an attack, as I do know my father.
In that
did
case,
inform me.
I think we need a meeting. You know you have a relationship with King Grom. If you would go speak with him, my friend King Hackfield already has made it clear he does not wish to support Eastern Skyrim. Perhaps a meeting in Whiterun then to discuss this and how we wish to proceed.
I
Go
will
speak
go-
with King Grom.
Yes, I will.
Very well. I will do the same. King Hackfield.
Hello there, King. Whiterun.
Greetings. Is King Hackfield here?
Yes.
A meeting is being called in Whiterun for you and all those of your court who would wish to attend, held between the Grand Jarl of the West, Winterhold, Whiterun, and Falkreath to discuss the future, given that there's been no answer given on the moot.
Very well. We
Will you
do
attend
that.
it? Very well.
Honored King Svartr, are we supposed to communicate here, or?
Yes.
Well then.
Wait for the others to arrive. It is a long journey for the
Hello?
Western Jarl and the King of Whiterun.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I just said they're on their way, basically. I'll hold a feast in the meanwhile. We're just basically feasting and waiting for them to arrive.
Let's go. I brought my finest black briar mead.
Wonderful. We have some good hunting brew mead of our own. I mean, it's not as good as the Eastern stuff, but it does its job. They are talking right now.
A call to war?
With whom?
I don't know. Oh, I'm allied to an NPC? Fuck. Alright, whatever.
Just say no.
Should we help them out? No, I lose fame.
If you would be willing to marry
Are y'all coming?
your daughter to my son, but my chamberlain has just informed me that she is already engaged.
Oh, that. Yeah. Actually, let me. Who's?
Really
I-
briefly, we're all waiting down there. Are you guys coming for it?
Yeah, we're coming.
Okay, cool.
Coming, sorry.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh.
They're on their way. They're figuring stuff out.
Ooh.
Oh, we got one. Let's wait for Harold. Not Harold. Wait for Charles. I'm just gonna pull him in here. That's a little bit easier. Charles, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool. Welcome, honored guests and friends. We are gathered here today in Whiterun to discuss the future of Skyrim. The actions, as noble as they may be, by High King Thoris have put us into a complicated situation. I know our friends in the south feel very strongly about this matter, and I will admit, if I'm going to be quite honest, I also find this current situation to be a distasteful one. It has been made clear by now that we have heard nothing from Eastern Skyrim. It was suggested a moot would happen to decide the next High King, wherein he made it clear he would need to discuss the possibility with his own vassals and with his supporters, the Rift and Bruma. This meeting clearly must have happened by now, and we have been given no word from the East, leading me to assume that there will be no moot, or at least a delayed one. And regardless, this situation grows dire, I feel. His father and him spoke of traditions, and the moot is a tradition. If they wish to ignore this or delay it, this is an odd state of affairs. This is a meeting call to discuss this and decide, for those who are worried about the situation, how to proceed. There are 4 kings gathered here today, and 4 votes. Even if a moot were to happen, I hope others have something to say on this.
I'm of the same opinion of my father, God's rest his soul. I do not believe that the flame hairs have Skyrim's best interests in heart, and I'm going to go ahead and follow his wishes that he left me before he passed. That they will not rule Skyrim again.
What say King Hackfield?
For now, Falkreath will remain neutral on the subject. To Falkreath, we already came out of 2 wars recently. Really, we will follow whatever the other Jarls decide. We have no interest in any High King. As long as our rights are upheld, then we have no issue.
Very well. And what say you, High King Thoris?
Personally,
Kathy?
find it
Good to see you.
very, very concerning that Eastern Skyrim claims they are the rightful king. They're the rightful dynasty. But what kind of rightful dynasty blatantly disregards, or unless they've had that talk, blatantly disregards or even dares try to surpass the moot's tradition? This is a dangerous precedent that they are attempting. I personally find it very concerning that they should, if they even try this, let's say we all, yes, I was a bit foolish in admitting the fact that maybe we should trust them, but now seeing it, we can't trust the flame hairs. They clearly want to become king, and maybe, who knows, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, refuse a moot when they die. And then continue their dynasty as if they rule over us like tyrant kings. We've all seen this in the Cyrodiilic Empire. We've all seen how one person took power, an elf, I believe it was an elf, took power of the Imperial Isles and essentially ruled and basically treated the people with such harsh rules. It took a coalition of the Kovians to overthrow them, and what happens if we all agree to Eastern Skyrim's vote? That they will just simply, become our despotic kings that rule all over us?
That's my worry as well here. I do worry very much as to... They've shown their willingness to not wish to honor to the tradition of the moot. Their whole claim came from the crowd of verity, and it seems as though they wish to suggest that that alone gives them the right to rule. At the very least, I think we need it to be made very clear that they will honor these traditions, or else we may find ourselves in a very dangerous situation here.
Well, the issue is that there are 2 claimants that could rival them, 2 of which are in this room. If we are to stop them, the flame hairs, from receiving the High Kingdom of Skyrim, then one of you has to press their claim.
Yes.
I'm talking to Jarl Thors and Grom and King Grom of Winterhold, of course.
If we're gonna be honest, there's only one there. King Grom, all of Skyrim knows of your actions.
What? What actions?
He's
Do
talking
not
about...
pretend. We know that you murdered that woman. We all know it.
As much
She fell.
Grom, my friend, look. I know you trust me, but even I, despite I'm not the best at diplomacy. Despite this, it would seem that yes, you would not be the most. I don't think you would be a unifying figure. However, I do know my father did at first propose that Whiterun be its king.
I will not accept that either.
Then
Who is the other? Would it be?
It would be Jarl Thora's curse braid. You are the only other person who has a claim.
You were the one who explicitly tried to unite Skyrim by giving up. You're not a diplomat. Everyone knows that, my man. You could barely string a few diplomatic syllables together, but that doesn't necessarily mean you would make a bad High King. You were the one who, through good intent, tried to unite Skyrim. And what do we have for it? A High King in the East who has used this situation to install himself or ignore this entirely. Clearly, unification and legitimacy do not matter to him. I must say, at this point, I am beginning to also think that High King Thoris may be the best choice for the future of Skyrim.
Then if the High Kings that are here wish to force, I will, of course, if I was to become king, give you all each an advisory position.
This is not a meeting to create some system of favorites and power. That's not why we're here, gentlemen.
We are here to secure the future of Skyrim and to secure the safety of our people.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Skyrim for the Nards.
Always.
And some orcs in my hold.
Anyway, but I'm guessing yes, we can.
But King Grom, you are the one who technically also has the right to claim the High Kingship. Would you agree to High King Thoris? It is you here who really matters in this.
I do think that High King Thoris would make an excellent High King of all Skyrim. My past with that trollop notwithstanding,
You mean the woman you murdered?
She fell. Anyways, as I was saying, my past with that trollop notwithstanding, I do believe that even my father was not a man that wanted the kingship. It was a bit arrogant, I agree, but it's not something that the cruel seas wish.
Then we are in agreement.
May I?
Who the fuck?
May I intercede here for a moment?
Of course.
Jarl Thoris, so you would reclaim what your father already claimed in the past, and you would claim yourself High King now, with all of us present.
I don't think. Hold on. I don't think that is the way to go. He technically gave up his claim. He gave up his father's demand and the separation of Skyrim. That doesn't necessarily mean he gave up his explicit claim for it. But that doesn't mean at the moot we cannot still just simply vote for him. He doesn't need to make another claim on all of Skyrim.
We do not know if there will be a moot soon.
If there isn't,
can you kick that Kane? He's gonna rejoin because his PC crashed, but for now you can kick him.
Okay, kicking him now.
He's not in the game.
Okay.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that if they do not allow for the moot, that would be when he would need to make a formal claim once more. But we don't have to cross that bridge. I would recommend that those gathered here that we send an ambassador and ask High King Mulgrim to hold the moot, as he rightfully should, in order to pick the next High King. And if he does, there we make the vote.
I agree. It will need to be someone that is I think it might need to be you, King Savior. I think it might need to be you.
I think that is a bad idea, as they know well that we no longer support them in many ways. I would propose King Hackfield be the messenger.
If Hackfield wishes to, then by
Who
all
better?
means.
The man who drove the orcs from Skyrim. A great warrior, though perhaps somewhat tarnished by the artifact that took from him his sanity and his dreams.
I think I would be honored to go deliver this message. However, I must say that should he disagree, we need to be sure of everyone here. Everyone here needs to act should he disagree with the moot. Should he disregard our natural rights to choose our new leader.
If any Nord here has second thoughts, now is the time.
Then we are all in agreement.
I think we are bound by purpose.
Very well.
Very well. I shall be off to Eastern Skyrim then.
Safe travels.
I do have one final thing. I have been informed by my chancellor that a king has finally been declared on Solstheim.
What?
Solstheim?
And
King of Solstheim?
Indeed, that ravenous pack of tribals have managed to come together enough to declare an actual king.
I have not heard from it in quite some time. Don't they not have some sort of a jarl, a woman of some sort? I forget her name.
Soul blood, I think.
I don't think that's quite right, but it's something along those lines. There's that deal with the Lich up there too. I've news of it long ago.
The Lich has been taken care of.
Yeah.
Due to an agreement between the new queen and I have taken control of him, and he is in the College of Winterhold, being forced to do magical research.
Ah, very well. I suppose, given that the Queen would also have a vote as part of Skyrim, I would believe then that creates a problem.
Is everyone leaving the game, by the way, or is it just for me?
No, it was just those people that are having trouble keeping up.
Actually, never mind. They're heathens, and they hold a different culture entirely. I don't think that is actually even relevant here.
Really, they're not Nords.
No, they're Skull.
If I may speak, while they do share.
Wait, they are?
Yes.
While they do share it more in heritage.
I believe my minister, I believe my
one
of my envoys that came with me have just told me that I believe the Eastern Skyrim, I believe there might be new leadership. I've been whispered to.
Where?
Eastern Skyrim, I believe King Wait.
Mulgrim is dead?
Wait, the crown's gone.
Mulgrim is dead.
Hello, I've come here to make a deal with...
if he does not wear it, we all know what must have happened, do we not?
Indeed, it rejected him.
It rejected him.
Oh.
If he's not wearing it, there's only one reason for that.
Wait, no. Out of RP for now. I think the game has to start for it to reject him or deem him worthy.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So give it a minute. Let's unpause here, because this is actually really important. If it doesn't deem him worthy, then oh boy.
Oh boy.
Hold on, what do we do if it chooses someone else?
It doesn't.
Well,
it can't leave his artifact.
the crown of verity is very simple. All it does is show if someone is a worthy person to rule, not if they should rule. Many confuse the magic in the crown. If you put it atop someone's head, all it does is say whether or not they are a worthy person to sit upon the throne of Skyrim. It could choose, it could reject or accept a random peasant. You know, it's a very simple device.
Oh, it landed on him again. Never mind.
Did it? Yes, it did. It chose him worthy, so we're fine. Anyway, well, this is worrying news. With his death, this doubles down upon the need for us to call the moot.
Indeed, a moot must be cold.
I shall go to Eastern Skyrim and,
Very well.
and inform you of what happens.
Hello?
This is a like a really important meeting right now, Harold.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do it in a little bit. Like we're dealing with a succession crisis. Well, we've been dealing with it for a while, but it's about to come to a head.
It's an issue.
I need it. Oh, okay. I'm trying to
It's
get him
about
married.
to really start.
Out of character. Oh, for God's sake. Did you know Falmor? He just tried to offer vassalage to me again.
Who did?
The territory that my father gave to you.
Oh, hold up. Also, out of RP, the Council of the Reach has expanded outside of Skyrim, just so that GCs are aware.
Yes. I discussed that with them.
Okay, cool.
It's due to the Reach folk culture being out there.
Oh, cool. Sounds good. All right,
Also, they're not the only ones that expanded outside Skyrim.
Oh, that was because of all.
Bruma is still expanding, aren't they? Oh my god.
I think no. Well, they just did a role play where they basically took the Sun Air tour basically.
Yep.
If they expand much more, we better curtail them.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, they want to mostly keep to the Gerald Mountains, and I mean that.
They're way past the mountains.
They are.
I mean, Sanctuary is still a part of the Gerald Mountains. So it's a little bit like now they've controlled all of the Gerald Mountains.
Fair enough. Alright, well, we just gotta sit here and wait. Find out. If this isn't accepted, this is probably civil war. Yeah.
Oh,
The music, though.
It's very tense. So speaking.
What do we know of the High King, by the way? Do we know anything of the son of Morgrim?
No, I've never heard of him.
I have no very little.
Is that he frequents taverns?
Yeah, he frequents taverns.
I have heard that he struggles. His wife struggles to find his affections. I've heard that as well, but it's probably a rumor.
Oh, he's like my wife then. Never mind.
What?
My wife doesn't like me at all.
Oh, that's a problem.
I'm sorry to hear that, King Thoris.
But anyway, also just to tell you, Fairmore tried to offer his vassalage to me.
Elmore.
Who?
The territory is the area that my father agreed to give to Whiterun.
Oh, you mean Jarl Farkas?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's been stuck. I did find a way to do it, by the way, Charles. I hadn't realized this. In the mod, there's a feature. Where is it? Books my counsel. Your steward can do something called convince de jure territory, which mine stopped doing for some fucking reason. But
I can tell you why. Your grandeur has to be 6 in order to do that.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Cool.
Also, there has been my person has told me the Council of the Reach has been overthrown. They've got a new dynasty on the throne.
Oh.
Oh, you're right. The Doomnash. Mara Strongarm. She's been elected. I mean, it's not that they've been overthrown, it's just the old one must have died because they're an elective monarchy.
I see.
Dwemer idolatry?
Follower of the Lost King. Oh, they're Dwemer worshippers.
The Dwemer!
Oh,
the Dwemer rule the Reach now.
No, not the Dwemer. They just worship the Dwemer.
Right.
Actually, I just got a letter from her. She just sent me a letter. It's very odd. It's just about court life. She seems like a nice person, frankly.
very interesting to hear.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's very
God.
very well educated. Some of these words I don't even know them, and I know my language. Sorry.
Do we all forget that these are reach folk?
Yes, but
there's nothing inherently wrong with reach folk.
she writes better than I do.
There is.
Nordic ruler.
There is.
Just like how the orcs
Skyrim
did
is for the Nords, not the Reach folk.
Exactly.
The Skyrim is indeed for the Nords, but there's no problem with others not living here.
Exactly. We're gonna make them not live here. That's my exact point.
The problem is that just like
we're gonna
how
make
in
them not live in
Falkreath, they
Skyrim.
overthrew a Nordic ruler in Markov.
We still haven't heard anything from the east, have we? Oh
Okay,
my! Hackfield, you're back. What word?
What is going on with the?
Oh, I'm not actually back. Out of RP, I'm not actually back. I'm just waiting for them to make a decision.
They're still deciding.
Okay, so
Yes.
It's been 5 years. How can they decide for 5 years?
Hold on, maybe the new king is, maybe he's like me, maybe he's not the best at diplomacy.
His diplomacy is a 2. That checks out. Holy shit.
Oh my God, it is.
If you've got
Oh my God.
diplomacy,
Our two options for High King are a 0 Diplo and a 2 Diplo right now. I just want to throw that out there.
Even though he's a follower of the owl, so he's getting 2 Diplo just by worshipping Junal.
Yeah, Junal's wisdom is the only thing that's currently giving him a bit of diplomacy.
hey, I mean, at least I'm somewhat good in warrior.
You do. You have one thing going for you, and that is that you are a great warrior. No one disputes that.
Yes.
I have heard that you are magically gifted as well.
Hello.
Yes, I can summon.
So those 2 players, Revis and McCain, are having trouble staying in the game.
They're not going to be able to get back until we do a new, until next week. It's just not going to happen. So
that's fine. I'm just gonna have to
just keep it going. So
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, in the distance, you see me and my entourage approach Whiterun, and as soon as I get within the distance of Dragon's Reach, the doors open and you see me walk in along with my son and heir, Prince Vignar. Hello, greetings, my fellow kings and jarls. I come with news from the Eastern King.
Oh.
He has accepted our moot, and we will convene at the soonest possible instance.
Where is it to be held?
Here.
I would recommend it be held here in Whiterun, or in my lands of Falkreath.
I would propose Falkreath for this meeting. Although Whiterun has been the historical location of many diplomatic summits, I think it's good for us to do it in Falkreath to remember the dangers to Skyrim and the need for unity. The stronghold that you now sit in stands as a reminder of what happens when we are divided.
Very well. Then the next moot shall be in Falkreath, and we shall ascertain as to who will be the next High King. And hopefully, with time, Skyrim will be fully healed and united once again.
Well, alright, we're actually gonna have a moot. Here we go.
Hi, Platypus.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Hey, Scythe, can you change the game to private, by the way?
Isn't it private?
Yeah, apparently it's not. According to what the players.
It is private.
Okay, well.
How about I can just rename this chat into the Falkrenth moot.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Easy peasy.
You gonna move to my chat?
No, I just renamed this one. This is Falkrenth roleplay wise, but just for ease.
No, Falkreath. It's not Falkrenth.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's not a dirty orc.
Yeah, my bad.
Exactly.
No apologies meant there.
But by the way, it took me a moment. It took me to just now to realize that the reason that the Rift founded a holy order was to help with the future invasion of the elves.
What future invasion? You're speaking madness, man.
No, that's out of roleplay, sir.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification.
You're welcome.
But I realized that as soon as I saw the Holy Order being established, I was like, okay.
I just figured it out.
Disgusting elves.
Elves. They're not even
What's up,
real
Vambi?
people.
What's up, Adelmaya? What's up, IMC?
true.
What's up, Igma? We're finally calling the moot. It took a while, and the music is hitting good, Liam.
I mean,
Who wants to go like tell them all? Like, are we gonna do it? We should go gather folks, right?
Yes.
He said we should do it.
Platypus is the GC. Can you go get all the kings of Skyrim and the Jarls? We're gonna have a moot. It's been agreed upon in here.
Right now?
Yes.
Right now.
Yep.
Right
I would
now.
imagine so. He said at the next possible time.
Yes.
Yeah,
so many
no, he told me like. out of
who do you
RP,
want me
he
to
said
grab?
Next session. Out of RP, he said next session, but I don't know.
Next session?
That's what he said out of RP.
Wouldn't that be
We've got an hour left of the session today. Like, I'd prefer.
I'm okay with doing it right now. I prefer doing it right now.
Who do you want to meet to bring?
Well, we got to figure out if Hastings up for it. Platypus, can you go figure out like when he wants to do the moot? It'd be optimal to do it today, because like doing like the pre-moot before the start of the game is kind of.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
What?
No, who are we talking about? Who do you want me to ask this?
Hey, Hastings. For the,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
Nickelback is four people. I really like their music. Nickelback music's good. I'll die on that hill.
We try calling him vassal.
Flame ancestors glade.
I am pleased to tell you that the Isle of Bleakrock has been returned to the fold of Winterhold.
He wants to do it next.
yeah, but isn't it rumored to be led by a certain like unholy thing?
Out of RP, Scythe and Platypus, this is your guys' call. I mean, like, do we want to do? He's asking to do next session. I would too. I don't have time for like these early meetings and stuff like this for these games and stuff.
It kind of fucked with everything.
Yeah.
I would very much rather do it today.
Indeed.
Yep, same. Let's get out of the way.
I have
This is what is needed for us to like move on to the next session of this scenario too. So
exactly, we need the war.
Yeah, or civil war. We could do it that way too next session. That's fine, but we gotta get out of the limbo.
Yep. Hello, I'm King Havel. Has sent a diplomat who is his tribe.
Oh, what?
Your High King has not come.
Like just out of RP right now. He's supposed to be here.
Okay. I was just moved without my information. Like.
Yeah, I told you. Do you want me to move you?
Is this the moot? That's a question.
Yes.
Yeah, this is in Falkreath. It's the moot held in Falkreath in like the old stronghold that the orcs took.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Then he's here. I was just moved without any information by DGC. Sorry.
I did ask you for your permission to.
You did ask you. If you did ask you, you did that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. King Havel is here.
Are we missing? I believe we're missing several of the other kings.
Yes.
We're missing the rift.
We're missing the rift, and are we going to give Bruma a vote?
See, that's the question. That rests on Hastings and whether or
Oh
not
no!
Hastings
What just
can invite
happened?
them or not.
Oh, I'm here.
I moved.
Yeah,
That
did we?
Kane guy.
Oh, just Vakani. Well, okay. Again, historically, the moot would be all the kings of Skyrim. So, like, who did the GCs give permission for Bruma to have the vote?
Yes.
Okay, then they've got a vote, so he's here too. Are we missing anyone else?
I will also call upon my my cousin, who has a Jarl title to Pale.
A Jarl title does not get to vote in the moot.
Only the top titles.
Okay.
So King of Winterhold, High King of Eastern Skyrim, etc.
I mean, like, okay, first, I just out of RP, I don't want to be like an asshole right now, but like, lore-wise, it's the Jarls, so like the main
If we're
host
doing
of
it, if we're
Skyrim.
doing Jarls, then I yeah. Okay.
Then you don't get 2 votes, you get the 1.
Yes, you get only 1 vote.
Wouldn't that also mean that like fucking Markarth would get one too and shit like that then?
Well,
Markarth is reach folk.
Not
That's the
Nordic.
problem.
Yes, it's not Nordic, so it's not.
Yes.
So the ancient moots would also just be the Jarls. I mean, because we're in a really unique situation given that everyone's fucking independent right now. That's the issue.
Yes. That's the problem. Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh my
you would
God.
have
Jarls would have, and like even if you're a king or a jarl, like the kingdom titles would have all kingdom title holdings would have one vote, except for if one king has two kingdom title holdings, and then still one vote.
Okay, so we're just doing the kings then.
Yes,
cool.
Including like if I have hypothetically would have vassalized the Rift and Broom and Falkrift before, they would still retain their voting rights.
Bruma would not have voting rights in lore because they're not.
Yep, but the GCs decided it, and that was their call. So we're all just going to go along with it. And lore-wise, the Bruma is now within considered part of Skyrim now. So
yes,
we'll just go with that.
Due to their Nordic culture.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, the host of this moot is King Hackfield. So
welcome, kings and my fellow countrymen. Please take a seat. You see in front of you a large seated table with many seats, all in equal standing. Please take a seat and let us begin this moot. We are here to decide the next High King of Skyrim. For any claimants will have time to make their claims. We shall of course start with the main claimant, who's his father and his mother and his grandmother before him has claimed the High Kingdom of Skyrim. So I give the floor to High King Havel of Eastern Skyrim.
Thank you.
Sweet. Mm-hmm.
I may not be a great orator, although I've read many tales of such moots and of the proceedings therein. Jarls, Lords of Skyrim, I stand before you to once more unite this realm. It is with humility I will say that I think history and the gods have made it clear that the dynasty of the Cruel Sea was not the right decision for the moot. For King Grom has been made clear that he is a man of questionable character, a murderer, a flagrant, and a sinner. What I wish to propose is peace in our time, unity, and return to peace in our Skyrim. Jarls, Lords, seeing that Torik of the House Cursebraid, who for now some time has had a rivalry with my house, I believe that we have alleviated said rivalry, seeing that he himself only seems himself as Grand Jarl. I will ask you all to come in unity and speak plainly what we see the future of Skyrim to be. I wish to have have a renaissance in the worship of our gods. For far too long we've discussed only in regards to what separates us, but what unites us is far grander, far more important. Now, whomever wishes to ask me whatever, I will answer, and I think that we can have a great discussion here before we propose or vote for any one man of us to rule. I shall allow any man to speak who is a Jarl or above.
Thank you, King Havel. Does anyone wish to speak?
Whiterun would wish to speak.
The floor is yours.
We are gathered here today for the second time in, I believe, a decade. Skyrim has been disunited now for half a century. In that time, we have seen the Council of the Reach formed, a threat to true Nords. In the south and the west, there are rumors of kingdoms beginning to form of great power, non-Nords who are a threat to us. At this meeting, we must decide a dynasty that will last and a future for Skyrim, which will not be contested. We all know why we are here. A moot has been called. It was called due to the actions of High King Thoris, for it was he who gave up his father's claim upon the High Kingdom of Skyrim. He showed himself to care so much for the future of Skyrim that he would give up the rights of his family that his father and his father before him debated. What did High King Havel do with this? He did not hold a moot. He debated with his allies, friends, and vassals whether this would even begin. He made no overtures and made no plans. Before that, his own father, he simply claimed himself to be the king of Skyrim without a moot before the diplomats of my father managed to convince him otherwise. Whiterun wishes to see a future for Skyrim, which is a stable one, and that is why I am formally proposing that High King Thoris be the next High King. He is not a good speaker. We all know this. I've spoken with the man. We all know he's a hard man to talk to, if we're going to be honest, but he's a warrior, and he's strong, and he cares for Skyrim. There is no other who can claim such a thing. And Whiterun would therefore propose Thoris. I cede my time.
Thank you, King Svartr of Whiterun. Jarl Thoris, would you like to respond to the proposal of King Svartr of Whiterun?
Yes, I would propose, and yes, he is right. I am not the best speaker. I am not the best speaker, but the one thing that we can all count on, that if I was nominated as king, I would be your shield brother. I would be your warrior. I would be all by all of your sides. The orcs, if to reach, the dark elves to House Red One, if they ever attacked any of you, I would be your shield bearer. I would brave the waves like I have done before. I would defend all of you with my life. If it means I am to die, then I would die a noble death in battle. And with that, I will support House Whiterun's application for me. For are we all not brothers in arms, shield bearers, shield thanes? I will be that shield brother for all of you. For that, I rest my time.
Thank you, Jarl Thoris. King Grom of Winterhold, you are next to speak. Would you care to give us your perspective on the matter?
I will indeed. You all know me, for my father was the last one to be elected as High King of Skyrim. God's rest his soul, he died but a few short years later. Old age takes us all. I obviously, as he was my father, he shared a great number of things with me, and one of those things he told me was that he never wanted to be the High King of Skyrim. He never wanted the title, the glory, responsibilities, whatever you will call it. He believed in he believed in House Carsparade. I don't know all of his reasonings or logic, but I do know this one thing. He told me on his deathbed that if there was any family that could see Skyrim to a greater and brighter future, It would be it would be the House of Karsparaid. And now I myself am disparaged. My reputation is not good. No fault of my own. But I firmly believe that his election to be the role of High King is the right one.
Thank you, King Grom of Winterhold, for these words. We now move on to King Argnolf, the second of the Rift.
Yes.
Please state your
Well,
opinion on the matter of the king.
The Rift has been a long-time ally to the Eastern Skyrim. However, we still remain neutral as such. We do believe that the rightful heir is that of the Flame Hairs. However, we will remain, as we always have, as neutrality until the moot will occur.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? Until the moot is what?
Has occurred, like the vote.
No, this is the moot.
No, the vote.
He means the actual vote. He's
just not going to say anything until there's a vote. That's it.
He already he said that he's only going to vote between fair hair or red hair and whatever the other person.
First braid.
Yeah.
Now, Jarl Brida may speak. Or to pale.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, y'all Brida of the Pale, please give us your opinion as well.
My opinion is such that it pains me every time we come here to see everyone make the same mistakes. It was the Flame Hairs, was it not, who was assassinated all those generations ago, and the High Kingdom seat. There was an heir in place. It was clearly designated, yet for some reason this usurping dynasty manages to talk his way into contention every time and claims to not be a good speaker of such, yet turns the hearts of every moot at every chance he gets. So for me, it is just a shame that while that part of the kingdom has been in turmoil, the Flame Hair in the eastern part of the dynasty has been pretty much stable for the most part. It just seems that it would be obvious that people should be able to see this. That is all I will say.
Thank you, Jarl Brida of the Pale. Now we fall to King Harold, the Skull King of Bruma. Please state your intentions to the Kings of Skyrim.
Once more, we continue to move down the same path again and again, as the the Jarl of the Pale said. We should return back to our traditional ways, the ways of our ancestors, and vote for, I don't know, Havel Flamehair is where I cast my loyalty. That is
very well. I'm sorry, were you still speaking?
No, I'm done.
Okay. Very well. The kings and jarls have spoken, and it falls to me for the final, for my final speech before the vote begins. You all know me, jarls and kings. I have taken Falkreath by force from the orcs, and though I may have fallen to the grace of the
My uncle just wants me to leave earlier.
That's fine,
Fine.
but make sure don't
Okay.
don't interrupt the speech, man. But Ziran, dude, good luck.
Have fun. Sorry, where was I? Yeah.
You
all
took it from
know
the
me.
orcs.
You all know me because I took Falkreath by force from the orcs, with the help of King Torik of Whiterun. God's rest his soul. Now we face another threat to the east. To the west, sorry. The Council of the Reach grows more powerful by the day, and they wrest Skyrim from true Nordic hands. We cannot afford to be divided any longer. I will not split the vote in any way today. Should I see a majority in one turn, I will not balance the votes. I will go with whoever unifies Skyrim. That I must say before the voting even begins. For a united Skyrim must exist for us to return Skyrim to its true glory. But I must caution you that even though you will all be voting, and I will try my best to take the vote that would unite us, we must vote for a wise king, for a true king, one that can lead us into battle, and one that we can trust with our realm. I am not a man of many words, but I think that many of the fathers of our claimants currently, though I bear no ill will towards the claimants, but their respective dynasties have not performed well under the pressure of rulings thus far. However, I encourage every lord, even ones who have already declared their allegiance, to think clearly and see even if their allegiance to their lord is truly justified, or if they're doing it out of pragmatism. I think we must leave pragmatism at the door before we vote. That is my only words here. We shall begin to vote now. Please, I'm sorry, out of RP, how are we voting?
A simple aye or nay should suffice.
Yep, A or nay, simple, no speeches.
All right, okay. With that speech done, we will begin the vote. We will start with the biggest realm that currently exists within Skyrim. I'm sorry, no. Just pretend I didn't say that because that would be unfair. We will start with one of the most... who the fuck is neutral? We will start with the Rift, for it is the most neutral hold currently.
What?
What? No.
If you want to start with a neutral party,
Wait, but how
you
does
start
this
with
work?
Whiterun.
Are we doing it separately or isn't it?
No.
We'll go. Hold on, guys. We'll go one by one. We'll just say like declare who you're for. In order of. Is there a traditional order like in the lore, or
No,
is it?
I don't
We
think
can just go clockwise.
Yeah, clockwise makes sense.
We'll begin with Torik, then the Pale, then Whiterun, and Mead, and Rift, and Bruma, and
What if we just go down the line from the chat, like who's at the top goes first and go down?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine.
Cool.
Okay. We will start with Frost King Harold of Bruma. Who do
The
you vote
Jarl Mountains support High King Yavel Flamehair.
And you, Grand Jarl Thoris.
The Grand Jarl Forest, support myself.
I'm sorry, I said Hastings by mistake because I'm reading the list. King Havel of Eastern Skyrim, please.
As do
It is your
I,
turn
King
today.
Havel, support myself.
Jarl Brita of the Pale.
Wait.
Another vote falls to you.
How does the Pale gets a vote?
No, the Pale does not get a vote.
They don't get a vote.
They get a vote. We said all kingdom titles, all Jarl titles
They're
get a vote.
they're not independent though. The way that we've done this is the independent
No,
realms.
In the lore, we all said that.
No, but
Yeah, but the way we did it last time was all top level titles do the vote.
Otherwise, I would have had Hyde March's vote because at the
Yeah.
time
No.
Hyde March was a duke.
Yeah.
Was a
But
jarl
Hyde
then.
Isn't one of the 8 seats of Skyrim.
like again, the issue here is the Musra support thing. The GC's made a call for how this is going to work. Like we settled this last time and everything. Like
Okay. So it's just the independence. Just the independence, okay? King Grom of Winterhold, please cast your vote.
I cast my vote for the Grand Jarl, Thor, the High King Thoris. Sorry.
As for me, I also cast my vote for King Jarl Thorez of Hjalmarch and Hafingar. King Orlof of the Rift, please cast your vote.
Flamehair.
King Sjorvar of Whiterun. The vote
we
rests with you.
vote for Thoris Cursebraid.
There. Do we have another king left? No. There we have it. It is 4 votes for King.
Wait. 5 to June.
Wait, I'm the
Fine.
current leader of the Rift or the Reach. Sorry, the Reach.
Didn't we say that?
you don't
The
get
Reach.
Oh,
You
okay.
don't get a
I
vote.
don't know. I don't know. I wasn't here for the initial moot, so I'm just here just in case I had anything to do with it.
No, you're not.
You aren't you're the Minotaur worshippers?
Yeah, currently I am.
Yes, he.
First off, how did they get into the moot?
Yeah.
I was here because I didn't know anything that was going on because I wasn't able to enter the last moot.
This concerns true Nords.
Okay.
Only.
Yeah, you're not invited.
Well,
Everyone who is a Reachman, please leave.
King Hackville, your own oath was to not decide this vote.
I didn't wait until it was like
He didn't.
in the middle.
I did.
I voted before King Orloff and King Sorvar, so I didn't break that oath. Like I wasn't the tiebreaker. King Sorvar was the tiebreaker.
We're at 5-2 if I counted correctly.
We're 4-3.
Yep.
Yeah,
4-3.
right.
4-3.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't count correctly.
There we go. The vote has concluded. There are four votes for King Thoraz of Hafengard and Hjalmarch, and 3 votes for King Havel of Eastern Skyrim. My lords, I ask you now that you accept the results of this vote, or otherwise be condemned by both the gods and the people of Skyrim, and all true Nords. If anyone wants to like say something right now, it's your chance.
I will say one thing. I don't want to criticize them, but like all the independent, we said before, all the independent kingdom titles have.
Hastening, this is a talk for the GCs after the game. Yep.
So is no one gonna comment? Should I just continue with the speech?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Therefore, yeah.
Is GC down here?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go to another channel. Let's go to support.
Okay.
Very well. The moot has concluded, and we have voted for the new High King of Skyrim, High King Thoraz of Skyrim. May he rule justly and wisely. My lords, I already did that part, so that's it. My lords, I ask you now that you all return to your holds and remain true to your honor, bound by the moot, to swear fealty to High King Thoraz of Skyrim.
Is there
I myself. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Does anyone want to say anything, or do we want to bring this to an end?
I believe there's nothing else to say.
Okay, so everyone accepts the vote is like what we're asking right now.
I think we'd want to give them time to plan it out. We wouldn't do like out of roleplay. We won't do the save edit for a United Skyrim until next session anyway. So like we'll all go back and they probably need to go discuss it amongst themselves. The High King Havel needs to consider this because he doesn't have to accept it, right? So
True.
So we'll just go home and hope for the best is how this will go, I guess.
All right. Very well. The moot has spoken. Please, my kings, I request that you return home and think well on this, and the vote, and remain true to yourselves as true Nords and to the moot. Thank you all for being here in Falkreath. And now the moot is over. All right, out of RP, the moot's done, guys.
Yes. Yep.
All right.
All right, leave my fucking hold already, God. Goddamn.
Actually, this is the Whiterun VC. I turned it back. You're in Whiterun now. Minotaur shit.
Come at the end.
They're actually Minotaur worshippers now. All of them. That's crazy. Or at least the queen is. Or is she not anymore? Yeah, she is. Man, that's the next thing to deal with. Holy shit.
Well, yes, it would be. Oh, well, it would be. Well, it would be up to us to. Yeah, we need to.
She's a tune too. She's a powerful magic user.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hello. Greetings, King Svartr.
It is good to speak with you.
It is good to speak with you as well.
I hope we are speaking under a united Skyrim, but there's no way to tell yet.
I hope everyone remains true to their oaths and true sons of Skyrim and will accept the results of the moot. However, if they do not, I see war in the near future.
I see war in the future soon, regardless. Have you heard of the West, the new Queen of the Reach? Have you heard of her?
I have, and I have learned their tongue as well. Actually, my character is like really good with languages.
They worship the Minotaurs.
This is why I come to you now. I wish to declare war on them, and I would like to know if Whiterun would join me in such a war.
I would be willing to support you and fight these dangerous heathens. They're not even true Nords, but first, let us wait for the results of the moot. We should not start a war now with those outside of Skyrim while we are still waiting to see if a Skyrim exists at all. If the moot is held true and a war is to begin, we would be happy to support such a thing.
Also, if the moot is to be true and successful, I will support the dealing of the Reach. The Minotaur cult is dangerous.
Well, the Falcrenth will attack them now when they are weak. Whoever wishes to join us.
Not right now. We do not need to be starting a war while we're waiting for the moot. Just wait until we get word from the King of Eastern Skyrim.
No, okay, we're still in RP. Okay.
Hold on, I'm about to be murdered. Give me a second.
Okay.
This is no Hidimic dream. The deranged monk who broke into my throne room is holding a scalpel to my throat. I suppose if you bar us from seeking the head, we will settle with yours, so rotund and shiny. I wish you will roll nicely.
But wouldn't that be in front of us? Okay. Oh,
I beat him. That's fine. I beat him. Hold on. I had to wrestle him to the ground. I almost died though. All right, we're fine. It's fine. This is someone tried to kill me in the night. Got a cult problem in Whiterun right now. But anyway, we should not be fighting the war. Wait until the moot is called. Can we agree to this, King Hackfield?
I'm sorry. I have learned much of the Reach, and now they are divided. This is the time.
This is not the time. I will march with you, but wait until the moot is concluded.
I am not asking that you march with me. I will march alone. I believe that my men are enough in order to destroy them.
Then I'm sorry to say you are an ally of mine, and I hold you dearly. But I cannot march until we hear word from Eastern Skyrim.
I understand, King Svartr. I will tell you how the war goes.
I wish you all the best in the war.
Thank you. All right. I'm sorry. Tormir, can you go to my VC, by the way? Hello? Okay, I'm assuming they're not there.
Oh, I am also waiting for the election.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm gonna attack them on my own.
I know, but I'm just saying I can't support you because if I go in and support you now and Eastern Skyrim declares war on the moots chosen, then we have to deal with it.
That's okay. That's okay.
There may be a war coming. King Hovel is the rightful king, and if they fight against him, it is an act of rebellion.
That is true.
I hope I can count on.
Though if we're going to be frank, it is a more gray area than that, I suppose, but
I hope that I can count on most people to rally round my side if it is to be war between East and West.
Me and my shield thanes are ready.
I also know I can trust upon Winterhold to also join.
Hey, Hammurabae.
Yeah, what's up?
So, I wanted to ask, well, I'm planning on doing divergence of the culture, because it makes sense, obviously. Is it allowed, though? That's what I'm...
That's a question for the GCs. You'd want to go speak with Platypus or Scythe?
Alright.
Yeah, I'm not running this game. I just helped set it up.
Alright. Okay, so, where's the GC then? who's the GC of this game?
Scythe or Platypus, either one will be able to give you a call on that. I'd recommend Platypus. His name will be like GC Platypus or something.
Okay, I see it.
Yep. They want to he wants to diverge court shows, Zodi. And any mods in here besides EK2? What IMC? Do you mean in the server for like games we run, or like games I play, or what do you mean? Or for CK3 generally? Well, now we're just waiting.
Yes. Yes, I'm.
I have no idea if he's gonna accept or not, to be honest.
My personal opinion is that he may not.
Unfortunately, I agree.
Oh?
My wife has given birth to... It seems that my wife has given birth to a son who seems to be much like me.
Yeah. Glad to hear that.
But yes, it does seem that Arcana or magic does seem to be slowly spreading within the Curse Bride's household. I will not jest and say I will not say that I'm the best mage, I will not say I'm not the best mage person, but I can do simple healing magic.
That's good to hear. Somehow my heir became my grandson by my daughter, who is in the court of someone else.
He's in my he's in my he's in my court? Oh, sorry, he's in Lone Watch.
Yep.
I mean, he should be safe. He should be safe though. Who is Lone Watch?
Yeah, he won't. I would have a favor of you. Can you find him a good guardian? I find his current father to not be particularly fitting, and he will not allow me to put him under my own care.
I will send one of my shield thanes that I can trust heavily to go guard him if you wish.
I thank you. I specifically wish for him to be trained, though. Again, he needs good tutelage. I have never met the boy myself, but I am told that he is not coming along very well in many ways.
You want to? Either I can train him, or one of my shield thanes can train him.
Whatever you see fitting, it is up to you.
Yeah, I will send that request to Lone Watch. He should agree.
I thank you.
Yes, he agreed. He's under someone else's care now.
Oh my god, my court mage. Expert wizard. This is the man I'd love for my son to be trained under, or grandson, but it's not gonna happen. Right, 13 minutes left of the game. So, alright, currently the state of things is very complicated, but for the most part, there's been a moot. High King Thoris will technically be the next High King, but Eastern Skyrim and their supporters, which include the Rift and Bruma, would need to accept, and whether they'll... Ooh, there's a new leader in charge of Bruma. King Michael. Ambitious, compassionate, and trusting. Ooh, interesting. He's celibate. Whoa. Looks special if you want to look at the court positions for the court wizard. Oh. Special. Under special tab under prisoners. Oh my god. I have an orc in my dungeon who's been there for 31 years. She became a lunatic during her stay there. That's completely forgot there was anyone down here. Okay, we'll let her go. That's unfortunate. Appears my father completely forgot she was in there. Somehow she was getting fed, though. The button under prisoners. Oh, special, I see. Oh, to get to it automatically. Thank you, Levo, I appreciate that. I gotcha. So it's quicker. Yeah, wow. So there, we went down looking in our dungeons because we were curious, and we found that there was an absolutely batshit insane orc from the Orcish Wars down there. She had gone mad. It appears that she'd simply been forgotten about, but our guards had been feeding her. Presumably, they thought she was supposed to be there when she wasn't. That is very unfortunate. I feel bad about that. Oh man. Okay, we're gonna move past that. That's a little heavy. Still can't get past little Trofim.
Hello.
Hello.
May I speak to King Svartr?
Yes, as I am King Svartr II of Whiterun. Welcome to my hall. Who are you? I do not recognize you.
I am an emissary from the lands of Solstein.
Solstein. I had heard that. Is there not a queen there who has united the lands or something along those lines? We had heard rumors of it during the moot.
That is true, and I've been sent here to. She has given me reasons to send a proposal towards you. Whether you accept it, well, that is up to you.
Speak what you were sitting here to say, emissary.
She wishes to marry one of her sons, and she has searched many through the lands and sent many envoys to many of these places within Skyrim, and one of those happens to be your daughter, Princess Erid.
I will, if I'm going to be frank with you, emissary, I've been looking for a suitable husband for her for quite some time and have been coming up short. She's a very formidable woman, and I wouldn't like her to go to someone unworthy. Who do you wish for her to be married to?
To Prince Turfgar Horason of Solstein, my heir and son.
Who the fuck was he married to? Gosh. Anyway, tell me about him. What is he a strong man, a good man?
He's my champion. I suppose you could say he is better in managing the realm, but also acts as a champion for me. In fact, he's been known to stand against the Dark Elves raiding Solstein many a time, and he has gained to be quite
good.
Unyielding defender.
He sounds formidable, and I respect that. But is it also not true, the rumors that your queen and your court, they worship, they do not worship the gods? Is that not correct?
The Roman mysteries, that is what he worships.
A southern religion. Are you not Nords?
Yeah. This came from my mother, or my grandmother, should I say. It is a long story, and she taught all of her children of this religion, and it seems to have spread throughout our family.
I will not have my daughter marrying a heathen.
This is not a heathen. This religion is part of the Nedic Nordic faith.
It's a southern religion for southerners. True Nords worship the gods.
I am happy for my son to convert. I'm happy for, not my son, but to willing to bring this to Queen of Solstein.
If she would have her son to convert, I hesitate even to negotiate with a heathen, but I suppose I would consider it, at least, if he is as formidable as you say. If he would be brought into the light of our gods, then I would consider it at least.
I think she would accept this proposal, as she's been looking for a suitable wife for him for many years now. Seeing how her eldest son was murdered by the Reiklings.
Goblins. Dangerous creatures. I would need to have proof that he has wholeheartedly converted to the religion of my family and true Nords. If you could give me proof of this, then I would accept your proposal. I would suggest that he make the journey to Hrothgar, like my father did.
Out of RP, I can change it. Would you be willing to allow me to make the...
You can ask for a save edit. I'm fine with that.
Okay, may I go forward with the marriage?
As long as you agree to my terms.
I do agree to your terms.
Okay, very well. He'll make the trip to Hrothgar and he'll convert. In that case, I would agree to it.
It's been a great meeting with you.
And you. I'm glad. I've been looking for a suitable husband for her for quite some time, and I'm glad to have found one, and one that will bring the light of our gods back to the Nords on Solstheim. So
Hopefully this can open up new relationships between Solstheim and our family.
of course, we will be married by blood.
Shall be taking my leave now.
Farewell. I'm not sure how he got that actually. No, I think he did a custom character. I think he started with it for like his starting characters. What happened? Well, if they're gonna come back into the Nordic faith, I mean that's a very good reason for us to have a marriage. So that's completely fine. One more court holding before the game ends. We got 5 minutes. Oh, we're also at 2-7. Nice. Alderman, word I can't say, who has clearly been working himself up about something greets me. My king and the dogs of Whiterun think they are better than us, he spews, cracking his haughty jokes each market day. Same as before. We'll get them to work together. A provincial merchant steps forward, clearing out her element in my rich halls. I beckon, come woman, we don't have all day. My lord, she stammers, I am Signy, representing this disgruntled traders and freemen of Shilfuro, Whiterun's greatest town. Tolvar, our alderman, is a barrier to commerce in the town's interest. We humbly ask you replacing by someone else. He's sadistic, but he's zealous. He's gregarious. We'd probably like him, so we'll disagree. Let's see what he has to say about it. Yep, he was being incompetent, so we dealt with that, hopefully. My wife, King Sigurd, hurried to my side, her bloodshot eyes searching the assembled court. My lord, I am sure someone in the kingdom is out to get me. I have no evidence, but I suspect Lenman Torig. He seeks to advance his claims in the Lenstead of Riverwood at my expense. I beg you, imprison Torik and put a stop to this madness. There's no evidence. And we don't really like our wife that much, because she's a fucking adulterer, so... We're going to tell her no. Very well. Okay. And on that, we have 4 minutes left. Damn, it's been an interesting game today. This is, I'm really enjoying this game. I like that we're actually doing interesting, like, politics and stuff like that. Like, those are the CK3 games I always get most engaged in and enjoy the most, when there's a lot of just, you know, political stuff happening everywhere. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying this. See how this goes. I don't think there's anything else. I need to go to the bathroom and make some food. I will stream a couple hours of Millennium Dawn tonight. I'm going to take a bit of a break so I can eat and chill out for a bit. So I think I'm going to end the stream here. This game will continue next week, same time as always. I will also be streaming this Sunday. There's a new Vicky 3 game. I'm going to be playing Persia, and I'm really looking forward to that. I do apologize for not streaming last Sunday. I got really sick again. I've gotten sick a lot lately. I don't know why, so it really sucks. But I will stream Sunday, and I will stream Millennium Dawn later if anyone wants to check that out. So let's go and stream real quick. Where do you think the next game will be? In Elder Kings? There's a lot of discussions. The ones that have been brought up is as a Hammerfell Daggerfall game. We've discussed an Elsewhere game. We've discussed a Morrowind game, and then we discussed an Imperial Cyrodiil game. So it's really just up. There's a lot of options. There's so many interesting ones. So tough to say where to go. But yeah, I will catch you guys later. Hope you enjoyed.